This is a HeadGum podcast.
This week on the program, man, that's some weird stuff going on with that cigar. It's the 6th day. I'm clone of Andrew Jupin.
I am the clone of Steven Sadak.
I'm the clone of Eric Siska.
I'm the clone of Chris Cabin.
And these clones hate movies.
Clone.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to We Hate Movies. Thank you for tuning in. As always, that's right. We are doing another Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Attack
it's
of the
sixth
Clones.
day.
Clone.
It is. Yeah, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger in Attack of the Clones.
Oh no, I have a New Zealand accent.
Wait, what is Count Dooku up to?
I wish that movie existed, but this is the 6th day from 2000, directed by Turner and Hooch's Roger Spottiswoode. Oh, yeah.
This is his best movie, maybe, I think.
Really? Roger
I think
Spottiswoode
so.
or Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Spottiswoode.
I didn't look at the Spottiswoode. What
He did Tomorrow Never Dies, the Bond movie. He did Turner and Hooch.
Tomorrow Never Dies, I don't remember a ton about, except there's some sick, like, motorcycle chases.
Michelle
in that
Yeoh's
movie.
in it?
Yeah.
Michelle Yeoh, and you got...
But you got two Arnolds in this, you idiot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, doing business. Like,
Yeah.
let's partner up here. That's the dream. That's your dream of having your own clone, putting them to work.
Absolutely.
It is. Of course.
That's
Are
what
you kidding me?
multiplicity was all about.
The first thing I do is that they're on podcast duty.
Let's get a W-4 for you, sir.
Get fucking working, man. Absolutely with these clones. I'm going to sit home in a cot like Homer Simpson.
My fucking clone would have a paper route, dude. Like, I don't know, dude. You don't look... If you're not busy, you better get busy.
Totally. If you're leaning, you could be cleaning.
He also did Air America and Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
Ooh.
And someone directs Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
How
Here are
have
the
we-
keys to the Bond franchise.
How have we not done that?
It's a great
It's kind
question.
of surprising.
Yeah,
we've
it
never
is. It's very
actually done
surprising.
that.
Ripley Underground is another one of his.
Oh, that was the secret Ripley movie, which
Yes.
I believe we talked all about this on the Turner
Yes,
and Hooch
that's the
episode.
what do you call
Yes.
it? The what do you call it there? The
The one where Gary Busey plays Ripley.
no, what's his face?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to take over another man's life.
Barry Pepper, who's a clone of Gary Busey. Actually.
Yeah.
Oh.
That
A
makes
few
sense.
more real quick. Terror Train, The
Nice.
Pursuit of D.B. Cooper. That's the Treat Williams one. The Best of Times, which sounds great on paper, but I remember it being basically unwatchable.
Is that the Robin Williams, Kurt Russell movie?
Correct.
Also, yeah, terrible movie.
What's that about? Robin Williams and Kurt Russell in a movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. They're like buddies. They're like small town. When I'm gonna I was going to try to read the description as if I was just telling you because I knew because I forgot. Small town loser determines to have one more shot at the big time by winning a football game.
Oh,
Wow,
jeez.
that's a big time loser, honestly.
Yeah.
Fucking Al Bundy the movie.
This is I saw this movie on a bus. That's when I saw
No,
this
no.
movie.
Could you take us through that step by step? Was this
Yeah.
part of like your ticket? You bought the ticket. And like, there's going to be a screening of the 6th day
You gotta go
on
to
the
this
way
bus.
to Philadelphia.
No, it was like a school trip, and we watched
Oh,
this
yeah.
and the Nutty Professor.
And that was hold on a second. There's a lot of weird stuff going on in schools these days. Was that part of the curriculum in some way?
No, it just was
Critical
sort of like,
cinema.
it was like, hey
theory.
man, shut the fuck up and watch this movie. And try to.
Wait a second. Where were you going that it required the viewing of 2 movies
That's
on a
5
bus?
hours.
I think it was.
baby.
I think it was one way, one the other.
You drove
okay.
to Europe.
That makes much more sense.
Yeah, so I was on a Daredevil tour with all my
Yeah.
friends.
Oh,
Nice.
right.
gotcha.
You bungeed off the Eiffel Tower.
But what'd you go to for real? Like an old barn or
I
something?
think it was DC, if I had to guess. Like, to see the
That's
big
kind of an
Capitol.
old barn.
It's America's old barn.
Fucking shoddy as hell.
There's the boner building there.
Yep. Oh,
Straight
there's
up there.
the gallows that they erected for Vice President Mike Pence, of course.
There's the jail they keep the ghost of Abe Lincoln in.
That's true. He is a problem. The containment unit.
Before we get too out of control here, I want to hit play real
Oh,
quick.
you.
no.
It's pretty extraordinary.
God fucking damn
Coming soon to theaters.
You son of a bitch.
It is pretty extraordinary. It's the VHS trailer.
There
game,
it
ladies and
is.
gentlemen.
There it is.
America's favorite game about obsolete materials. I am the game master, and these are my clues.
That's
You,
right.
The Game Master.
Well, I like that intro though. I am the game master, and these are my clues.
Oh, yeah,
you're
dude,
taking
dude.
notes from fucking Jigsaw here.
That's right. I'm the game master. These are my clues.
I don't
Clue
like.
number 1: he had cancer.
Okay, so folks, if you're just joining us, right, this Chris is. I think you're stealing the show right now.
The score is, as of after 2 rounds in season 12, Chris Cabin has 18 points. Eric Siska nipping at his heels with 15.
Yeah. Don't get used to that.
And Andrew Jubin bringing up the rear with 10.
Oh wow,
Hey, someone's got to be in the rear. It's a noble position. I'll be there soon, so I got to talk it up.
that's true. But that's also, just keep in mind, that's the absolute worst part of the human centipede.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't care.
No,
what
I
you
still
say.
think it's the middle guy. At least I have my own
Yeah,
asshole.
yeah.
Oh, that's true. You're getting it. Well,
I
no,
guess
because you're
so.
getting it and you're giving it. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
that's-
So,
yeah.
like, you're getting it, but you have the satisfaction of
No.
giving it. If you're at the back end, you're just getting it.
I don't care what you say. I love rears.
Yeah. I
well,
think
so do I, but that's not what I'm talking about here.
the middle does seem tough, though.
By
Yeah,
the
I don't
way,
want that.
right here in the middle of the VHS trailer game, let me just remind everybody at home. Hashtag release the Onania Club.
Yes, please.
Yes.
That's right. Honestly, follow Tom6 on Twitter. Tell him that we sent you and that we send all of our love and support.
I would just love, you know what, Tom? Just send us a copy, and maybe we'll do an episode
We'll
on
talk
it.
about
It's
it.
a glowing review podcast. We hate movies.
We know
Listen.
you got a Vimeo link. Don't
Oh,
fucking
oh,
play.
definitely.
Don't play with me.
Here's the thing, though. I would watch that with open eyes.
Of course, yes.
definitely.
I would give it an honest
facetious.
good a shot.
And like Chris said, don't play with me. That's what the ladies are supposed to do while they watch 9/11 in that movie.
But this is the VHS trailer game.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
It is a game wherein I give everybody some hints. People buzz in,
Yes,
and
what I gotta now get into game mode, because folks at home, it's not just knowing movie trivia, it's deciphering this arcane riddle that you come up
it's
with.
that's the game master, and those are his clues.
Look, it's the only way we're going to be allowed in the boat to cross the river. So you just got to see what you can do with
All
these
right.
clues.
You have to dance with the game master, my friend.
Yeah.
So the way it works is the first clue is worth 5. The next clue is worth 4, blah, 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 all the way down to 1 point until you don't get anything. If you buzz in within that round, you are out if you get that wrong, but you can come out the next round. There are 4 clues here, and they all are coming soon to home video on this tape, which means they all came out in the year 2000.
Oh, shit. This is
In
going
the
to be something.
year 2000. So get your
All right,
put on your
yes.
like
American Beauty.
yeah. Put on your like spiky hair and like your yellow sunglasses.
Totally. I got my Bloodhound Gang CD right here.
Okay, so it's the year 2000.
Uh-huh.
VHS trailer game round 1.
Sure.
Game Master's Clue. An astonishing achievement that won 4 Academy Awards, was nominated for 10, and raked in over $100 million domestically, despite having no English dialogue. Andrew Jubin.
That would be The Passion of the Christ.
That is incorrect.
Oh, wow.
Chris Cabin.
Life is beautiful.
That is incorrect as well. Eric Siska sits in the catbird seat. I will tell him the clue one more time, and he can ask to move on. A Game Master's Clue, an astonishing achievement that won 4 Academy Awards, was nominated for 10, and raked in over $100 million domestically, despite having no English dialogue. You can guess now, or you can move on to the next clue.
Let's move on to the next clue.
Mm-hmm.
Tribune Trivia. I think this is going to help you. The first draft of the screenplay said, "You will note in the script that none of the fight scenes here are described, and I will just inform you now that they are the greatest fight scenes in the history of cinema, period.
Oh, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
That is Crouching
There
Tiger,
it
Hidden
is.
Dragon for 4 big points.
Which I just bought on 4K and have not watched yet.
Oh, dude, I've been meaning to go back.
I haven't meaning to go back
hard.
as well.
Man,
This was a-
I mean, had I watched it, maybe I would have gotten it on that first clue.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. The one thing I was able to utter during a disastrous Sony Pictures Classics job interview, where the guy, it was for their like marketing arm, and it was like I would be like cutting trailers and whatever, and the guy was like, "Tell me what you know about our company," and it was my first like big city job interview. I fucking froze, and I just went, "Oh, you put out Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon?" Yeah, I was not asked.
You
back.
always want to look up young kids out there getting into the workforce. Always look up the company because they will ask that, and you don't want to freeze.
Crouching interviewee, hidden job offer.
Round 2.
Eric, you're in the lead.
Yes.
Oh, wow. I better revel in this 1 minute.
I was trying to give you the most time.
Game Master's Clue.
Yeah.
This Oscar Beatty inspirational drama, which didn't receive a single nomination, by the way,
Huh.
teamed a former tough guy legendary actor with an inner city youth. The trailer has a quote more famous than the movie itself. Andrew Jubin?
Finding Forrester.
That is Finding Forrester for 5 big points. You are the man now, dog.
Wow.
Man now, dog.
Jamal Wallace wrote that paper. I watched that trailer. Is fucking wild.
Is
Let
that
me tell-
right?
It's just like F. Murray Abraham just being like, "You couldn't write that, you snot," to this kid. It's like,
I cannot believe before the 6th day they're putting Crouching Tiger and Finding Forrester.
dude. The reason I did this is I bought a tape for for the movie
Chairman of the board.
Chairman of the board. It came to my house. The trailers were insane. It was
I would have got all those. Look at this. Look at this. Now you're just.
You would have
yeah.
got Slam, the Slam poetry movie.
Oh,
You would've got
absolutely.
that.
I would have gotten slammed.
What have you got? The Baywatch TV movie
Yeah,
that
of
this
course.
trailer was for?
Of course I would have.
Yes. So that's what's going on there.
That's really wild.
Round 3.
Okay.
Is this the final round? Or?
No, one more after this.
Okay.
Game Master's Clue. A high-stakes, high-altitude thrill ride. One that I know for sure everyone in this room has seen. Eric Siska.
Vertical Limit.
Holy shit, that is 5 big points for Vertical Limit.
Blowing the fucking doors off.
Look it out. I'm climbing the mountain now.
That's right.
You're the man now, dog.
I almost want to do that movie, but it seems really boring.
Vertical Limit?
No, we did that.
Oh, I was going to
Finding
say.
Forrester?
Finding Forrest.
Yeah, there's not a lot that goes on.
Not a lot of
the
meat there.
No. Apparently Matt Damon shows up at the end.
Really?
Yeah. He's like he's like
mopping the fucking floor, and it turns out it's a prequel.
You know, one day I'll be a genius.
Yeah, I was mopping at Harvard. Now I'm mopping at NYU. And I'm mopping at Columbia, hopefully one day.
All right, here it is. Round 4. Game Master's Clue. This mega hit reimagined a cheesy 70s action series into an action comedy blockbuster thingamajig. Eric
Charlie's
says,
Angels.
It is Charlie's Angels.
Holy
shit.
I cannot believe it. I can't believe
This
it.
is shocking.
I can't kiss the ring, Chris.
Absolutely not. Under no
I'm displaying my
No.
wedding band to you.
It's gonna be dry.
My wedding ring. That's weird.
Yeah, the wedding ring is kind of weird because when the kiss the ring happens, there's at least like a plate there.
I need like one of those weird little papal rings.
Yes, you should get that.
Yeah.
That's, if you win the VHS, if Chris wins the VHS trailer game, obviously we know it's nothing but trouble. If Eric wins, he will get a papal ring for himself.
Yes, and you'll get a episode on the Zapruder film on Patreon. Maybe just a 30-minute dissection.
I see. I'm ready.
I'm
for
adding that to the pool.
There we go. Up in
Yeah,
the States.
that's right. That's like me throwing in my car keys.
Pink slip to your car.
You know what? Just don't worry about Eric Siska.
God,
It's
dude,
fine.
I'm riding high. I did not expect that. I always figure I'm gonna get my shit shoved in. You know?
Well, you know, some eras stronger than others.
Hold on,
That's
quick
true.
question.
Yeah.
Are you a clone? Could you lower your eyelid, please?
Yeah, let's see how many
No,
dots
I
are
don't want to
under there.
do that. I went to an eye doctor not too long back, and they reversed my fucking eyelashes, and it feels really bad.
That's
Not bad, but
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Reversed your eyelashes?
He's like, he had like a student. Because I had an eye thing I was curious about. It turned out to be nothing.
Sure.
And I went to an optometrist, like a real dude with like a lab, and he had like a little assistant that he was showing the ropes. And it's like, oh, no, come here. Take a look at this. Now you notice how I've inverted the man's eyelids, and I'm like, oh, thanks, great.
Oh, eyelids.
Like you can turn your eyelid all the way
Yes.
inside out
Yes.
and up.
Yeah, my brother used to do that as a laugh.
No, I had a medical professional do it as a laugh.
It's terrible.
That's how I had it.
Now, Eric,
Yes, sir.
did this man that did this to you, did he look suspiciously like Robert Duvall?
No, he didn't. But he did look old and wealthy because I guess he was a doctor.
That's
he look like-
Robert Duvall.
Did it look like Harris Yulin out of curiosity?
No, well, more in that direction,
Okay.
but younger, like a young Yulin.
Dude,
Harris
Gave him the
Youngland.
chair.
Robert Duvall does not give a shit in this movie.
Not at all.
No.
Nope.
It is fascinating.
But it's also kind of interesting because like he is fucking screaming at Tony Goldwyn in this movie,
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
part of me was like, "Oh, there he is."
Yes,
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
you can see Bob Duvall in this movie just a little bit, but for the most part, he's like, "I'm gonna wear what I'm wearing today, and you can put a lab coat on me, and then I'm in your movie
I
as
mean,
a scientist."
He's putting in like the scenes with his wife. There's effort there. Like I think everybody in this movie is trying. It's just against.
Yeah.
It's there's no saving this. Who is this team? Is this a brother and sister or a wife and husband?
Wife of the Hildebees or whatever they call.
I don't know that that's correct.
The wildebeests.
The trial of the wildebeest.
The Hilda something or
The
other.
Wimbley.
The Wimbley.
There it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, how many points is that?
No, we're done.
Yeah, they
You're
opened for
cut off.
Raffi once.
Cormac and Marianne Wibberley.
The Wibberleys, baby.
The Wibberleys.
Yeah. They are married.
Okay, so yeah, I think what they gave everybody was impossible.
What do you mean?
This movie, like I think, like the last, I would say, maybe first 30 minutes I was into it,
Yeah.
and like this was definitely compared to when we originally saw it.
Oh man, real loser afternoon that
But
day.
at least I was riding high on a buzz, and I was like in the theater, like, whoo, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
This, I was just watching. I was like, okay, something's gonna happen. And then, like halfway through this 2 hour and 4 minute movie,
2 hour and
like,
3 minute movie.
Oh, sorry.
How many points is that?
He's just trying.
It's
on.
negative points for you.
You're saying
Give
saying
him a 32nd of a point.
Yes, that's it.
For
so
that.
you're saying you didn't like the movie.
I didn't like the movie. The last, like, I would say 50 minutes, I was like, is this it? Can you end this movie now?
Because the action is the problem. I actually agree. The first half hour is pretty engaging.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of silly,
Absolutely.
like super future stuff going on. I'm always a fan of a big dumb future movie.
Plus Arnold in the future, man. I
Yes.
mean, like, that's
at
got to
least-
count for something.
I do think it gets lost in the weeds a little bit, but I do enjoy this movie, and I think it's ahead of its time in a way. Like, yes, we need Arnold. Yes, we need two Arnolds. Yes, we need to kill this tech billionaire.
This is early retiree Arnold. Like,
Well, yeah,
this is when he's starting to ease out, like, for real.
What was this like the final theatrical release before the
final-
governorship?
The final, I
No,
think, is
collateral damage
damage.
was after this.
Collateral damage after this.
Four?
I looked at this today. Terminator 3 is after this, and Terminator 3 is the last big starring
Oh,
one.
right,
and then
because
he
that was
has-
like 03, right?
Yeah.
And then he's just
Yeah.
doing cameos a little bit. I think he does a cameo in the Rundown. He's a cameo in Around the World in 80 Days.
Yeah.
And then he does some cameo in a Tom Arnold movie, and then he is done for a long time.
Got it. Tom Arnold movie.
It's like
Oh.
called, yeah, it's a kid with,
It's called his home movies.
oh, Tom, damn it. Why did you release that? I'm already the governor. You,
Tom Arnold's The History of the Stogie.
oh, dude.
I had to help Tom.
As we talk about a little bit of the latter day Arnold as we're winding down here, I think this is one of the better ones. Collateral Damage, I don't even really remember. I got to go back to. I don't remember giving much of an
Pretty dicey,
impression.
honestly.
Yes, and I don't
Collateral
remember.
Damage is a real fucking like 9/11 has definitely happened movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't. It didn't make a lasting impression on me. Maybe I was too too engrossed in True Lies doing it better back in the 90s. But like, there was End of Days, I think, kind of started this sort of trend of we don't know what to do with Arnold anymore. We've kind of mined everything. We've even done Meta Arnold with The Last Action Hero. So now we're going to do Devil, Future, etc. We're going to the breaking point of Arnold's.
Let's see what he's like in green screen.
Yeah.
Let's see him do nothing. How about
But
that?
I would argue this is better than, and this and End of Days might be neck and neck.
I prefer End of Days to this, and I definitely prefer Terminator 3 to the bunch.
Really? I don't at all.
I do.
I'd rather watch the bunch.
Of those three, I'm with Eric. This is the best one.
No, I'm
really.
going to go End of Days. I'm going to go End of
Okay,
Days.
yeah. Well, this is
instead
the
of Alter.
Catholicism right there.
Yeah, exactly. Anytime the devil shows up, I go, ooh, that's my man.
I got Gabriel Byrne pissing on people. I'm happy, baby.
But see, this is the mode of Arnold that I kind of like the most. And like, yeah, Steve, I agree with you. Like, the action isn't super high octane, but it's Arnold in an action movie. Like End of Days, there's action in it. I guess
there's fire.
whatever.
This you get a neck break. You get him zipping up his crotch. I'm a happy camper.
He's
here.
a little too squeaky clean. So this movie starts. It's about cloning.
This movie starts with God created man in his own image.
Yeah, thank you very
And
much.
behold, it was very good. And it was the Bible written?
$5.
That's the opening of the Bible.
Yeah.
They had bad handwriting back in the day, and it wasn't.
Dude, I
even
wish I
in,
could get a Bible for $5.
And the army, I don't think so.
Schlitterbahn.
And it was, I don't know, it was the 6th day that he finished or whatever.
Yeah, on the sixth day, God created man. On the seventh day, he rested.
Right.
On the 6th
okay.
day, and then the 7th day he pulled out.
Yeah.
He was done.
And then,
He finished all over the universe.
a little bit on your belly, planet Earth. Hey, do you want to just put on a movie for a while? It's kind of getting late. Mind if I smoke?
And that's how
Chopped is on.
that's how the oceans were invented, salty water. Okay, so then we go from that Bible talk, which I don't know what that is.
It's Bible babble.
To a sheep was cloned. Can you believe it?
X-Men, sheep,
X-Men opening, baby.
Oh, it's definitely X-Men opening.
Cloning, sheep, cloning. It's just so stupid. I'm like, just tell me that it happened.
Hey, they're setting this table here.
Okay, fine.
Don't poo-poo the dinner while they're setting the table. 2000 human DNA genome, whatever, map.
The Human Genome Project.
And
that was
now
when it was finished. Yeah.
Dolly.
Sometime in the near future or whatever.
Arnold claimed in an interview that this movie takes place in 2015.
Which is amazing, because think about where we could have been in 2015 versus where we were in 2015. We could have had clones.
Capacity?
We could have had clones. We could have had. We could have had
The XFL.
XFL
The king of all football leagues.
We could have a nacho flavored banana.
Is that real, or is that girl just stupid?
No, I think it's supposed to be real in the
I
movie.
think it's supposed to be a future food.
It's like tinted nacho
orange.
orange.
Because, and I
Which,
think
by the way,
that's
make
Arnold being
it.
like, all these children are fat.
I would.
Stop feeding them nacho bananas.
I would eat the nacho banana because you know what. I love Doritos.
I know, me too.
But at this point I need to stop.
That's like getting a banana at Taco Bell, though.
No, it's going from heroin to methadone.
Gotcha.
I was going to say, at one time, I was very suspicious of the Dorito taco shell at Taco Bell.
Gotcha.
But then I tried it, and after a while, it's kind of the only hard shell taco I get from that.
Yeah.
So maybe,
right?
Maybe I would fall for the nacho banana.
No, that's the thing. Is I will eat a banana flavored Dorito before I eat a Dorito flavored banana.
Interesting.
This is very easy to me.
Actually, yeah. Get a little banana dust on a little fried tortilla chip there.
Neither are good. To be clear, neither is a good option.
It is kind of wild, though, because it's like very specific to the year 2000. Then this happens. Then one thing we missed was that they cloned a human and put him down like a fucking dog.
Now, what's interesting,
cool.
though, unless I missed something, because surprise, surprise, I was token up all through this movie.
Oh, yeah.
They mention that a couple of times, and
Yeah.
they're like, and we all know what happened with that guy. Did it turn out to be like a mass murderer or something?
It's
like, is there a Sixth Day prequel movie where there's a story there?
That's the thing. That would have been an interesting thing, and that's not allowed in this movie.
Right.
Like, it'd be an interesting part of the
Chris,
story.
this is just the table setting. We need to get to everyday man Arnold, who's,
Gotcha.
he represents all of us in a
Yes.
way. He's a man just trying to do his
He's got to
job.
get his mirror news.
Yes.
He's got to fuck his wife on his birthday. What's
wrong with that?
Yeah, no,
This
I mean,
all
it's good.
sounds great. You don't like mirror news?
I kind of like the idea of the first clone happening, and like he's like a cute sensation. Like everyone's like, oh, look, it's a human clone. And he's on like Letterman and whatever. And people are making jokes. And then like 2 weeks later, they fucking shoot him in the head in the fucking street.
It's one day where he's on Letterman. It's like, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Ed Sullivan Theater, Timmy.
Yeah.
And he's a total hit of the town. And then cut to the cover of the New York Times the very next day, and it's this kid totally naked, holding his doctor's decapitated head in his hand, and
That
the police
rule.
are shooting him.
He ate Jonathan Lipnicki's face. We left him. It was supposed to be a meet and greet, a little photo op for the two.
We were all thinking it back in the day.
My God. He was accidentally spliced with the rhesus monkey, and now he's just eating little child star faces.
Oh no,
off.
he put it on his face like Hannibal in Silence of the Lambs. That's Jonathan Lipnicki, goddammit! You talk to him! You talk to him!
Well, it's like in Jurassic Park when they bridged the gap with frog DNA.
Oh,
that's why
sure.
dinosaurs are mean.
Tom Cruise breaks down on the stand about how good Jonathan was to him on the set of Jerry Maguire.
There's a thing. So, Steve, you mentioned we passed the year 2000 or whatever. Interesting bit of real world history. What also happened in the year 2000 related to cloning, then President Bill Clinton, his last year in office, he made human cloning illegal in the United States.
Is it because he saw this movie?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh my God! I thought I was getting my yearly Arnold fix. Turned out I was getting some policy ideas.
You're doing it all wrong with the cigar there, Arnold.
Oh,
I got to fix your form there, buddy.
Step aside, let a pro show you how it's done.
it is. I mean, we'll talk about the cigar thing. It is wild to do that in the year 2000.
Incredible.
Wild to do
What, to
that.
ban human cloning?
No, to do the cigar bit in this movie.
That's true,
In the
that's
year
true.
2000, it is
Sure.
fucking wild.
Bill Clinton, I think that was like he needed his victims to have souls. Like if Little St. James's was full of clones,
God.
it's kind of like
It's just
do
not
whatever
the
you
same,
want.
Jeff. Just not the same, brother. Gotta go home.
Yeah,
You know, I
exactly.
thought Vince Foster was a clone of Vince Foster.
They're all yours, Bill Gates. I'm going home.
There's two little dots under his eye. Check it. Check it.
I do love. So this would presuppose the XFL would be the dominant sport league.
To the degree that Johnny Phoenix, which thank you IMDb Trivia for pointing out that the Phoenix is a reference to a rebirth.
Oh,
Also, this is like Phoenix Pictures, which was weird.
yeah.
I here's the thing with Phoenix Pictures. I don't know if it's still around. Probably not. But like
It'll come again.
this opening logo, a little too fantastic. Like
It sucks.
I thought the movie started. I thought it was like
I
an
thought that was a
opening-
fake company logo, and then Phoenix made the clones.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Phoenix cloning opera, and it was just like, oh, Phoenix Pictures. Let's dial it back, everybody.
so Johnny Phoenix, welcome to
$300 million
Yes.
contract as a quarterback in the XFL.
Oh, LOL.
So good. But that's what's great about this movie. I think it's better now
Yes.
than in 2000 because it's
Yes.
funny now.
Yes, I would say that's.
I guess it was funny then too, but not as.
It's an oddity now. Like I look back at there's a lot of strange, especially like I said, the first hour I was more engaged with it. There's a lot of good stuff there. Last hour, no.
Now, I've never played football professionally or otherwise.
Oh,
Or otherwise. That's very important.
Oh, absolutely. No, I couldn't. I got hit in the face with a football once.
Any footage of that?
No.
All right.
I think it's a bad idea for the quarterback to have a touchscreen helmet that just has blitz that covers his entire field.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
It's like
Absolutely.
blitz, and it's interesting because it's like the field of vision in their computer helmet is telling him what the play is going to be against him.
It's kind of like a video game thing, but
Yeah.
again, he needs to see to be able to maneuver and not fall on his
so
head.
you think that's why he got injured here?
Yeah, we got paralyzed and killed.
And you would imagine those are probably easier to like break since they have to have all this fucking equipment.
Yeah, it's a
in
fucking TV
it. You have
inside
to replace them all the time rather than just like fucking undent them like the original one.
And it's also stuff from like the coaching staff because it's like the helmet is saying like, oh, potential blitz detected, audible, shift to this play. And yet, Steve, you're right. It's just text after text in front. Like, you only got so much to see in that little helmet.
I need to be able to throw the football and or save my own life.
Yes.
He gets hammered, which I love.
It's
Great
good.
thing. Also, I just want to point out, again, just to the hubris of these writers thinking the XFL was going to be so big. They're so big in this world that this team is also, we're told, an expansion team. So there was the XFL. It was so huge. The demand around the country was such that we needed to expand to other markets.
Well, that's because Arnold was best buds with Vince McMahon.
Yep.
Oh, Vince, you've built an empire. I remember very specifically. I think I was watching SmackDown. And it was probably for
Terminator.
End of Day-
No,
or-
wasn't it?
or-
No, it wasn't.
I think it was.
I think it was
but
End of
it's just-
Days.
He
maybe.
comes out and he's got a microphone. Oh, Vince, you've built an empire here. Oh, wow. Look at this, everyone.
Yeah.
The XFL is clearly going to beat the NFL in, I don't know, 100 years or whenever my movie takes place.
And he did not drop a Stone Cold Stunner that appearance.
I don't remember specifically.
That would have been great. Arnold getting the stunner and dumping a bunch of beer on Stone Cold.
Oh, yeah, I love Vince. He launders millions of dollars for me. He's a wonderful man.
So this dude, because there's a fucking piece of literature in front of his face, gets massively rocked by these two defensemen. He jumps to throw the football, falls on his head, breaks his neck.
Yeah, and in the future, when there's a car incoming, your whole windscreen, your windshield just says, car incoming, car incoming.
Press the brake, big blocky text. So he gets in this ambulance, and then it's like, uh-oh, here he comes Michael Rooker, and he's
Love
like,
him.
don't worry about this EMTs, we'll take it from here. And he like commandeers this ambulance.
He's probably more fine than you realize.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're like, what's going on here? And it's just Rooker and this fucking QB in the ambulance, and Michael Rooker just murders this guy.
Because you realize that he's paralyzed, I think.
Yes.
Because they have a lifetime contract with a vegetable, and there's a joke. Yeah, maybe we could trade him to L.A.
We're definitely going to have to kill the two drivers, though. That's there's no getting around that.
And that's sort of like the coldish open here, which, like, to me, I don't know. I'm watching an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Arnold in the first scene.
It's kind of like if I know that there's human, like you can just establish the CEO earlier that he's a clone versus like showing me that people get cloned. I don't know.
I mean, I think that's what this movie butts up against. Is it wants to be or it is an Arnold movie, but it's also trying to sort of be a sci-fi movie, like a legitimate sci-fi movie. Like this is how a legitimate sci-fi movie would open.
Sure,
it's like, ooh, look how. Oh, even in the future, in this futuristic football league, they are cloning their whatever. You know, their quarterback.
I mean, but isn't there a lot of that when he's getting his ass to Mars, though? I mean, you're getting a lot at the beginning of that movie.
Yeah, sure.
Just like the world or whatever.
That's
so I guess it's
true.
not unprecedented that Arnold has done sci-fi where he's not in the first scene.
But the major turns, the surprise moments in something like Total Recall or anything like that are surprising. Whereas like every moment that's supposed to be surprising in this movie, you're like, oh.
Well, listen,
Okay.
here's the thing. It's a clone movie. So the only surprises in a clone movie are people who you previously thought not to be clones are indeed clones.
Well, I mean,
But in Total Recall, he's looking at advertisements. He's watching this shit on TV. It's all through his lens.
There's a world.
It's not like we start with someone else being Total Recalled.
Yes.
But now we're
that's
talking
true.
about a Paul Verhoeven movie versus a Robert Spottiswoode movie,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
like comparing the XFL to the NFL.
So anyway,
man.
want to mention this before we get too far along. Arnold is a millennial in this movie, I think, right? Timeline wise,
So
as an adult in 2015.
Do they
Maybe
know what
Gen
birthday it
X?
is?
What?
They don't say what his birth, what actual birth.
No, and they don't say exactly what year it is. That was like a DVD feature that
He
they said.
strikes me
2015.
as late Gen X, though. He seems more that type.
It's
Yeah.
like, because he has a house.
Yeah.
He wakes up horny for Wendy Crewson, his wife.
Yeah.
It's his birthday. Hello, good morning.
Ooh, hi there.
And she's like, it's like this thing where it's like they're trying to have morning sex, but their rotten kid comes in and hits him in the dick.
Oh my God, I've been cock-blocked by my own daughter on my birthday.
A doorknob to the dick. That
Yep.
has got to.
Yep.
Well, I
totally.
guess I'm calling out from work.
I certainly can't fly my futuristic helicopter
Yeah.
because I got hit in the dick with a doorknob.
I've beaten my throbber. No, it was my daughter.
It's like one of those like
Accident.
The daughter is like, oh, hey, Dad, like, I'm a selfish little fucking child, and it's your birthday, but I deserve a present. And Arnold is very much like, a present? But it's my birthday. And she's like, oh, everybody's getting these Sim-Pal dolls? This is terrifying. It actually
Horrifying.
looks like the fucking Total Recall cab driver.
it does.
Alternate idea for this movie is Arnold. It's just there's no clones whatsoever. It's like, oh, here it is. I brought my daughter a Sim-Pal doll. Oh, she's evil and I have to fight her.
Ooh, that's a way better
Annabelle,
movie.
Like-
Yes.
Schwarzenegger, and an
Or-
Annabelle.
or
systematically,
Chucky.
she's systematically killing everyone. She killed the babysitter, the dog.
Dude, Annabelle 2049.
Yes,
This will
exactly.
sound meaner than it is, but that doll looks exactly like Greta Thunberg. You know the activist.
Yes.
Yes.
I believe it's Thunberg.
Oh,
What?
okay.
Oh,
Thunderbird is what you just said, I believe.
hey, better name.
That's a wrestling name.
It does kind of look exactly like
Right?
her. You're right.
It
I
looks
didn't think
dead
about it
on.
until right now, but I looked back, I looked in those dead eyes and was like, yeah, it looks exactly
And
like her.
I'm not saying I disagree with her. I'm just saying it looks exactly like her to the point where I was like, wait a second. Cloning? Or is this a sim person?
It looks like
fucking outlawed it, goddammit! Oh, and now she's fucking with the environment, which I'm purposely trying to take.
There was something though, at one, I mean, it was like whenever someone like posted the trivia or whatever, and it was like, at this time, there's only like 37 countries that have actually outlawed human cloning. And I was like, that's nowhere near enough.
no.
Because you know, at least like 2 of them are like first world powers,
Dude,
probably.
I don't give a shit. I say clone. I don't care.
Really?
Yeah, what is this going to do to me?
I don't know. What if some fucking Eric clone comes in, tries to take your life?
Well,
Thank God.
But that
I've been
like-
waiting.
but
I've
in
been
a-
waiting for this day.
But in America, I mean, clearly it is true for like the rich and the powerful. I mean, like Johnny Phoenix, famous director Alfred Resurrection, also got a second chance.
But you're like someone like Peter Thiel for sure would
Oh,
get
for sure.
cloned. What do you guys think about repet? I would do it in a second.
I think, well, it's not like as much of a commodity, but I believe that kind of exists
It does.
already. I remember reading
What?
a thing years ago that like
Streisand has-
Barbara Streisand clones like the
It's
same couple of dogs.
The Errol Morris movie, Tabloid, is about the
Yes.
first woman
Well,
to do that.
hold on.
That's right.
I can get their exact personality, probably not.
No. That's the thing. Is it's just a dog
Well, then
that looks
fuck
exactly
that
like your
then.
dog.
Throw it
Well,
down the
Well, that's
toilet.
kind of where I'm at. Like, yeah, like if I can get my exact cat
Yes.
again, sure.
Because I'll
Right.
take them in today.
My cat has a lot of like weird quirks and shit that I would
Yeah.
I would miss if it didn't have it.
Absolutely.
That's true. Yeah, it's like, you know, especially if it's an animal you haven't like raised right from birth.
Yes.
You know, because like Marty had all sorts of like presumably like traumatic experiences
Yes.
before we adopted her, and that's like now folded into her personality.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like what it is. So yeah, it would be like indeed a dead-eyed like recreation or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
We'll do
kinda
the Total
like,
Recall remake versus the Total Recall movie.
That's, I guess
Dead-eyed.
sometimes dead is better.
it should have been that should have been worked into the Pet Sematary remake, honestly.
Yeah.
One of the biggest snoozes of the last 5 years. That
Which
fucking
I
movie.
did not see yet,
Still haven't.
based on your anti-recommendations.
Because not even Lithgow himself could save that movie, dude. It fucking sucks top to bottom.
So the human cloning thing, what's the worst case scenario? Someone like China makes a clone army and fucking takes over the world, and we're finally at the end of this stupid thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Let's fast forward to the end. You're
see,
saying
I'm just saying, like, world domination probably should happen so that eventually internal reforms will be made in hundreds of years. And
I'm actually with you. I
Thank
think
you.
I think it should be open cloning for everybody. Honestly, because you know they're gonna fuck it up.
Mutually assured cloning.
It's like the Jeff Bezos clone is gonna come out dumb.
Oh,
and
you don't
like,
need to fucking have more than one of that worm-looking guy.
I mean, so he would be slicker looking,
Yeah, yeah.
wetter looking.
Wetter
Yeah.
Actually,
Actual-
Sloppy.
the way that Tony Goldwyn looks at the end of this movie looks exactly how Jeff Bezos looks now.
Captain Boiled
Sloppy
Chicken.
and wet.
I'm gonna
Boiled chicken.
We'll get to it, but I think he looks exactly like Joe Biden at the end of this movie.
Ooh, there's a little bit of that there.
Coming to it. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm a clone.
I'm at a water park. What are you? A little wet. Sorry.
I fell in a vat of Vaseline.
So like it's his birthday,
Hell
and
yeah.
like his daughter wants this doll, and like he's like, well, I'll have to go see about that, and he goes to his job where he is a charter pilot.
Yes.
But this breakfast thing, we already talked about the nacho banana.
Yeah.
But like there's no setup for the cereal being disgusting, right? It just happens, and I was confused
I
for
didn't.
5
That's what was
minutes.
growing on with the cereal.
Like literally, he like she goes away,
Yeah.
and he takes a bite of his
This is
cereal, and he
true.
has his face like, whoop, and like there's no setup that she's like pissed in it or anything.
Well, maybe
Like,
it's nacho cereal. She fucked him over. She was like, "Oh, you don't want my nacho banana, you asshole."
but
You're
there's
right, you're
no setup whatsoever. He just makes his face like, oh, it's disgusting.
I don't
And
know,
then
Kevin.
goes
It must not be that big of a deal because two of us didn't even notice what you're talking
Well,
about.
no, I noticed this, and he had so he asked for the regular banana, and I was like, he's reacting like they cut up nacho banana on it.
oh,
Was there
But
different
I did-
takes?
Are there little
maybe.
banana slices
I
in
couldn't really tell.
Got it.
I was like trying to understand why he was having this reaction.
Me too.
I
I
thought
was,
maybe it was like
confused as hell.
kitty litter or something.
I
He
was
was
like,
in.
what
I
the
don't know.
fuck?
Oh no, it happened again.
the kitty little banana was in my. Oh, I said no nacho banana, but the kitty little banana was used.
Disgusting.
Speaking of Repet and everything, the funniest fucking part of this movie, Arnold's walking around and he's like, "Oh hey Oliver the dog," and there's a commercial for Repet because we're setting up that whole endeavor. And it's like your pet will live forever. And there's
That's, by the way, this is where the movie could have started.
yes,
Yeah.
and it's this depressed dog watching this commercial. Like,
Yep.
I guess they're gonna clone me then.
Could you put a cigarette in my mouth, sir? I want to enjoy these last.
I mean,
moments of
because
my
the dog's
dog life.
supposed to look sick, but he looks just like bummed the fuck out.
Yeah, it's like, well, it could be maybe not even a reaction to the content on the television, but more just like another day sitting in this house. This fucking asshole's talking about nacho bananas again. What is this existence?
I do think it's a little too much that the piece of score for this scene was called "This Dog Is Gonna Die." I think that was a step too far. I'm going to be honest.
This dog is gonna die.
It's called This Dog Is Gonna Die, but it's a 2000 new metal score, so that the song title is as such, but the song sounds like eating cereal.
Like the heavy metal parts of that Dune score, actually.
And it's great. It's all great, even the music.
I love Dune. Dune.
Yes.
And Drune as well.
Oh, Drew was great.
Oh man!
Even
goes-
longer than Dune.
He goes to his job, which is he is a charter pilot. He owns a charter pilot business
I'm an entrepreneur.
where, and you know, he gets there. He's got a secretary or a person, a woman behind the counter, and Michael Rapaport is his best friend Hank. And they're about to take these snowboarders out, and like,
Speaking of vertical limit.
it's just really weird that he's like, "Oh, cool, I got my drone thing." Now, good luck getting me into a fucking charter helicopter to begin with. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, cool. You know what? The guy is going to be flying one helicopter, and then on his right arm is going to be flying yours, which will
Yeah.
have no one inside of it.
Any sudden movement and everyone's dead.
I am only getting into a helicopter by gunpoint. That is my rule now.
Yep.
You got to do it.
You're totally right. I'm with you 100%.
Absolutely
I best
not.
be getting kidnapped.
The fucking the scene before the scene of them getting this is weirdly, it's an automated driving scene,
Yes.
and it's weirdly exactly what it is now.
yeah, it is.
Like the way they do it in this, like literally, it's a normal car, and they just turn and like talk to each other in this
Right.
tight
Yeah.
truck
Yeah.
thing. Him and Hank.
That's kind of, this movie has some like good moments of prescience and then some not good moments. Like
Yes.
this movie did predict like flat screen TVs for one.
The refrigerator
the
having
fridge being a smart TV, definitely. But
Mirror News, not so much.
Mirror News, not so much. Not yet, anyway. However,
fingers crossed.
Fucking LOL for anyone in this time period still using the OnStar system.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think we're doing that anymore.
He had a deal with them, I think, because OnStar also figures in heavily in Collateral Damage.
Oh, that
Really?
When he's trying to get into the car, if there's something about OnStar doesn't give him the right
OnStar, give me directions to
like,
Afghanistan.
it won't work. Like he can't get the car to work because the OnStar system isn't connected.
Oh, weird. I don't remember that from that movie.
I think he must have had a spokesman deal or something. I don't
that
know.
makes a ton of sense.
The only thing I remember from that movie is someone says, I think it's Cliff Curtis, is like, oh, your family was collateral damage. And he's like, collateral damage? Oh, I'll give you collateral damage. And he starts like destroying an office space or something.
Pretty funny.
Yeah.
Casualty? I'll give you casualties.
It's like, oh, look at my new toy, which is this arm bracelet, which I can control another whole helicopter with. And it's like, I don't know, man. Like, why doesn't Michael Rapaport fly that helicopter? Why do you both have to be in the same fucking helicopter at once?
It's just fun predicting future stuff. This is right up there with AI, the Steven Spielberg movie, right?
It's true.
It's a weird look for Michael Rapaport. He's got really shaggy hair.
I don't know what's going on. This has to be a wig because he's got like naturally curly
And
hair.
he's not like terrible, but is he over directed? What is happening with his performance in this?
You cannot have this person not playing someone from New York.
Yes.
Yep.
You've got to stop this. This is absurd.
I think that is part of it, right?
Yeah.
He is sort of sounding like he's de-Brooklynizing himself,
That's exactly it.
which I
worked
don't
with
care
a voice
for.
coach for 16 months to even sound like a human being.
Spottiswoode thought that the movie was going to need fucking subtitles.
I don't know how I'm going to do it, Spike. I just don't know.
That brings up a good question, though. I could not for the life of me figure it out. Where does this movie take place?
They don't say it.
Nowhere.
It is like
It's
intentionally like any city,
Vancouver,
USA.
I think, filmed.
Yes. That makes
Cityville future.
But with the references to LA and the mountains, I was in my head, I was thinking anywhere, I guess
Like
Seattle or
Oh,
something.
even up
Yeah.
that far? Okay.
But yeah, maybe NorCal. Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, it doesn't make the movie any more like it's saying something by not specifying.
Just
like,
do it. Just
tell
say
me
it's-
where this
yeah.
movie's set.
Well,
It
well-
does
Yeah.
not matter.
That goes to a big problem with this movie, I think, is that the world building is shitty. It's horrible.
It is.
They
Yeah,
they are
that's
very
true.
selective about what they're going to show you because they're like, we don't want to think about all the implications of what this would be doing.
When they
Yeah.
first
To
go,
everything.
when they first go to Tony Goldwyn's fucking like clone factory office park
Yeah.
or whatever, I thought it was Vegas.
Yeah.
Like I had no idea where the movie was.
So
taking place.
this it's too much. There should be like a TV show or something. It'd be
Yeah,
great
yeah.
if like Arnold was in a TV show,
Ooh.
so we could get like kills every week.
Well, a movie that reminded me a lot of this, Starship Troopers, they
Sure.
have those little interludes of the TV being like,
Oh,
this
right.
is what the world is. This is how I'm going to show you what the world is.
Well,
Again, Paul Farrell.
Exactly.
Get Paul Farrell.
Robert Spottiswoode. So basically, he takes out this first group of snowboarders. We kind of meet the team and everything like that. They say they got this big thing coming up, and they have to do a blood test for Mr. Drucker, who's Tony Goldwyn's tech billionaire character. So they drop these guys off. They let you know that this guy with the bandana is going to do something.
Oh, yep.
So many times. Because I don't even think he has any dialogue, but then it's just like, I'll be like, oh, yeah, I have to go to repat because of my daughter, blah, blah, blah. Guy with purple bandana staring at the camera.
When there's a point where Rapaport asks all the people they're taking, the skiers or whatever, snowboarders, like, are you everyone here, you've done repet or you know someone who's done
Right.
repet, and that guy specifically says, yeah, I know someone who did it
Yeah, they do
'Cause
like a
he's-
close up kind of a, like a
because he's the religious fundamentalist. Is
Oh,
what we're
lunatic.
calling
Yes,
this.
I mean, 'cause don't they say
Anti-cloner.
something? But they specifically refer to them as anti-cloning fundamentalists, which
Yeah.
is really
He's
something.
essentially Jake Busey in Contact.
He
Ooh,
also,
yes.
I can't find it, but the guy does have a name, and it's one of those like they keep saying it to remind you.
Tony. Is it Tony?
No,
He
it's
does
not
kind of look like
Tony.
Dan
Yeah,
Cortez.
that's what I was thinking.
Oh, right from
I'd call him
Seinfeld. Yeah,
Tony.
maybe I'll come across it.
Uncle
Doesn't matter.
Tony.
But so they go back.
Anti-cloning Tony.
And it's like, oh, you all have to do this blood test and an eye exam because, Mr. Drucker is very specific. Everyone who comes in contact with Mr. Drucker needs to get this eye test and this blood
I
test.
don't
done.
think so, right?
No.
I'm not doing a drug because that's it's a drug test.
But
They're
if I'm getting a
testing-
fucking helicopter with somebody, I want blood test, I want eye test, I want fucking, I want 6 years of fucking back tax.
Maybe it makes sense. Maybe, and what
Yeah, you
struck
don't want
me
your pilot to have any financial problems.
is how routine Arnold and Rapaport treat this, which I
Yeah.
guess makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, like I got a feeling that it was more of like an extreme sports club. Like a transport didn't even feel right for it.
Yeah. It's sort of EX.
Like they had like all the materials in the back of the shop they have there. Like it looks like Drop Zone. Like it looks exactly like the little shops they stop in that.
Here it is. That fucking extreme snowboarder fundamentalist dude's character's name is Trip. So the
Trip.
whole time it's like, oh, Trip, what do you think about dog cloning? Let's ask my good friend Trip.
Trip, what do you think? Get your mother on the phone, Sarah Palin. Let's hear.
Oh, cloning! I love it. I really love it. I love it so much.
But so they do this, and then what do you call it there? Michael Rapaport's like, you go home. I'll take care of the whole thing. I'll just say that I'm you, and I'll take him home. I'll take out Drucker. And he's like, you could buy the new dead dog or whatever you got to do.
Oh, right, because they're getting ready to go,
Yes.
and his wife calls and is like, by the way, the dog's dead. Pick up another one.
On the way home, yeah.
And he's like fucking refusing to do it and
I
everything.
don't know how I feel about this.
This whole modern world with the nacho bananas and the cloned dogs. Where does it end?
It's such a funny thing that his character trait is like being nostalgic for the past.
Yes.
He has a Cadillac he repairs or whatever.
Right, yeah.
And he's doing manual shaving because he cuts himself
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's supposed to be like, well, that's how we can tell that he's the real him. And then later on, it's like, no, that doesn't really matter.
Just to feel something.
Yeah.
He says that something like just shaving
Just to
himself.
feel alive.
Just to feel alive.
But like what? I mean, we never see what the alternative is. Do you put a little like
Rapaport
chin
says,
helmet on your
he
face?
says
or
like,
something?
God, what was it? They have those laser shavers, and you should try them because they don't cut or whatever.
Yeah, put a laser right on my fucking face. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm with Arnold on this one.
I don't know. It's so weird, Arnold. All these laser shavers and virtual blowjobs we're getting. Isn't it weird that the cancer rate is sky high right now? It's like 91% of it. People die of cancer every day.
No, I will not use a bidet. I wipe my ass to feel alive.
Yeah, so you got to do it, dude. Otherwise, you're just pushing stuff around.
The other day, I had my virtual girlfriend shove a fucking nacho banana up my ass.
Dude, by the way, Michael Rapaport's character, Hank,
Hi.
lives exactly like Ryan Gosling in Blade Runner 2049.
He does.
Yep, totally. Messy, lonely apartment, virtual girlfriend sucking your D. Absolutely.
There was a Band-Aid on my nose now, bro.
Looking up at this giant pink lady, bro.
Can you get really big?
Do you think people are like getting their dicks bigger, surgically? And
Oh, sure.
Dude, that's the thing is, if I was Tony Goldwyn, who we find out is like the fourth clone of Tony Goldwyn, I would have my dick down to my legs because it would just be like every time, like, you know what? Next time, let's just go a little bigger.
Let's have a little fun.
Here's the thing. If it gets too big, I'll just kill myself.
Yeah.
You can clone me again. It will reset my dick.
He
Okay?
hangs himself with his own dick.
Science is all about experimenting. I want to see how big my dick can get before I die from
See,
it.
this is why I'm not against human cloning. It would be fun to take another lap.
Here's the thing. I
Yeah.
only like half agree with you because like where I think it's helpful is shit like organ growth.
Sure.
And all the stuff that like Robert Duvall, like his scientific endeavors, I guess, originally started as before he's like just cloning assassins left and right in this movie. But that kind of thing, like, oh fuck, I need a new pancreas. Boom, you get a new one.
Here's my feeling on it. Is we're gonna get all the good stuff, like the cloning of like the organs and all that stuff. That's great.
Yeah.
But we are also going to get some grade A atrocities.
Oh, absolutely.
Just some real fucking
Cowbell!
bungles
But-
that fuck up people's lives, and I can't wait for it.
But we have atrocities every day anyway.
But these are new kinds of
Sure.
atrocities, and I'm
Okay.
looking for new stuff.
We're talking about Fish Boy coming
Yeah,
home,
come on, man.
strangling your wife.
Okay. It looks like my weekend.
Oh,
freed
what?
up.
Another week of economic depression? Great.
Yeah, that's true. I am quite bored with these atrocities.
I think, no, you're right. We are bored with these atrocities. We need new, exciting ones.
It's been the atrocity wheel. Get some
Yeah.
new ones.
So go all in on cloning. Give me a fish boy. Give me a boiled chicken captain.
And the wheel's going round and round and round, and it landed on, you just passed bankruptcy, and Fish Boy murders my wife.
But
There we go.
you know, growing up in this country in the 80s and 90s, you really did imagine mad science would happen at some point.
I know.
True.
No, it's
Instead of just like, hey, this is meta. Isn't that interesting? It's like you're in a meeting all the time.
God damn.
wow.
God damn.
My favorite
I can't
line
wait
in
for all
this-
the clan meetings to go virtual.
Oh, wow. It's like I'm having a clan meeting with Frankenstein and Akira from the Akira movie. Pretty cool.
Well, you know, the one thing about those Oath Keepers is their avatars are pretty cool.
Oh, 3D street art. That's pretty cool.
Did you hear the Ku Klux Klan released an NFT? That's like the world. That's the future we're in.
Yeah,
You can
exactly.
buy it on the meta marketplace.
I'll take the Clone Wars over this shit.
Someone has to get that dude into a freezer because that motherfucker is melting.
Zuckerberg?
I don't know how you have so much fucking money and you can look so disgusting at the same. What is with these guys? Bezos, atrocity.
'Cause,
Elon Musk, disgusting.
I was talking about this briefly off the air before we went on, that we have to be more evil because evil is what's successful.
Yeah.
These people are barely people.
Bill Gates, my God, it looks like a shit the creature from the Black Lagoon took.
Well, that's the thing is to be evil, you have to be moist all the time, and I'm not into it.
Baron Harkonnen, moist
Moist
and obese.
all the fucking
yeah,
time.
I love that guy.
Nude in a fucking mud pool? Come on.
All right, we're in minute
Sounds pretty
6 of
good.
this film.
Well, why don't we do like
Well,
four-
someone had to play the VHS trailer game.
That's
Don't play the
true.
VHS trailer game on this.
Someone's blaming it. But you know, why don't this could be a 4-part episode?
Sure.
Tune in next week. So, what do we call it? Rapaport flies them. And he's like, oh man, and he's being like the worst fucking pause. Like, can you give me fucking tickets to your ball game?
Oh,
Dude.
man.
Part of that NDA was for you to not talk to me. By the way.
Yeah, it was like you can't talk to other people, but also like you just can't disclose anything to me.
I checked the no talk on my helicopter ride booking.
And it's all like a weird. All of a sudden, we get like Tony Goldwyn cam, and
It's
you
so
see
weird.
Trip approaching the helicopter, and that's like the signal kind of cuts out. The next thing we see, Arnold wakes up at the
It
back
isn't
of
a
a
found
taxi
footage
cab.
horror movie for 5 seconds.
It's
Yeah.
very weird. And then
Yes.
yeah,
So the premise,
Strange
I guess,
days.
is like they think it's Arnold's character that got shot, so they automatically clone Arnold.
Which makes no sense.
Like, because I mean, he claimed to be him.
No, I mean, I understand like the
Yes,
mix up,
but
I
you're
mean,
right.
Like, just say, oh shit, there was an assassination attempt on Mr. Drucker. This dumb pilot and somebody else was killed.
Right.
But Mr. Drucker was okay. Why are you cloning pilots without their consent?
That's actually
it
a
makes
good point.
no sense whatsoever.
Well, if we could just back up the logic train a step, just to ponder this notion of like, here is Tony Goldwyn, this Mr. Drucker, tech billionaire. Why are we hiring outside charters? Buy a fucking helicopter,
Great point.
buy an
Yeah.
in-house pilot,
Yeah.
and you don't have to worry about cloning people if they kill you or whatever to like, your secret's going to get out. You have somebody in-house. This makes no sense.
He likes the smell of BO that the common man has.
Oh,
It brings him
sure.
back home to his old
Yeah.
days in BO'sville.
but yeah, like if this is a cover up, like just you don't have to cover up the fucking death of the dumb pilot nobody gives a shit about.
And
Yeah.
now, you know, even though I was advocating for this movie, I'm getting more and more confused. So Hank, Michael Rapaport, also comes back. So he was also cloned?
I think what happens is the sequence of events you don't see is they clone Arnold Schwarzenegger, send him home, and then somebody was like, oh, fuck.
Yep.
Wrong
It's
guy.
the wrong guy. Clone Hank, get him where he needs to be, and then you, super team of mercenaries on retainer, by the way.
Yeah, we can keep mercenaries on retainer, but not a fucking helicopter pilot.
You guys go. You guys.
Because they're all fucking dead.
yeah.
They were flying celebrities home to the Hollywood Hills, and all of it was crashing.
Actually, that's true. That's a lot of clones to make. All those fucking helicopter pilots going down.
That has to
Exactly.
be the series finale of Succession, by the way, right? Like they're
Sure.
gonna like get away with it or whatever, and then it's like now for a fucking month in East Hampton, and the whole fucking family gets on the helicopter and it takes off, and then you just see Alan Ruck hanging back on the helipad with the remote control, like, Khan wins. And pushes a red button, the helicopter explodes, and the whole Roy family dies.
It's either that or a fundamentalist named Trip
Yeah.
walks up.
Fuck off, Trip!
An anti-Roy fundamentalist trip.
But so whatever. So yes, Arnold goes home and he's like, first he goes to repet. It's a very long scene.
He
It's
wakes
kind
up. The important thing is he wakes up in the back of a cab and he's
Yes.
like, go, 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 go. He's all groggy and shit.
Might as well go to the mall.
yeah, it's like
And I mean, you just have to imagine this person at Repet who has to talk to him is getting the worst questions. Are you going to make my dog nacho cheese? Can you make a Cool Ranch dog?
What cool?
I wouldn't trust myself with a Cool Ranch dog in the house.
Just looking at it and licking your lips.
Pretty sure the dog had 4 paws earlier today.
Is that a bite mark at a Sparky? Oh boy.
We do fill in later that Arnold had already been there, the other clone.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this guy's just like, this guy again?
This
and
fucking guy with more questions.
And I guess he had already even got the dog cloned.
That's
at
a
that
great
point,
question.
because
Yeah,
the
so-
dog is cloned when he gets home.
Right.
So like this guy is like, fuck, how many dogs you need, dude?
God, this
Sa-
Austrian motherfucker's just killing dogs.
Sale's a sale. Hey there.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Oh man, that'd be a fun twist if there's 2 Olivers at some point in this. But our cloned Arnold here in this taxi that gets to the mall thinks better of cloning in general and gets the Sim Pal instead. This Greta Thunberg.
Well, here's the thing. Let me be friendly to
Thun or maybe Thunberg. If
Well, whichever, whatever.
Let me generous to Greta Thunberg, who is just a woman with a roundish face. This thing's a living nightmare.
Nightmare.
Let's be nice. It's a living fucking nightmare.
it's so disturbing.
Yes.
That it is kind of shocking that the movie is not about that doll turning evil.
Yes.
Because that's how, just disgusting it hurts your eye.
I was really expecting him to put like explosives in it or something at the end of this.
Oh, man.
I expected something to happen because it's so unsettling that I had to look at it for so long.
It does get it pretty good. So he brings that home and he's like, well, I'm not going to bring the dog, but I am going to get the Sim Pal. It'll be a little give and take.
Did we?
If I have to have one atrocity in my home, I suppose.
Did we catch though the fun line?
Oh, fuck off!
What he tells the sim or the repet salesman, I'll be back.
No, he goes,
I might be back.
I
or
might be
whatever.
back, and he goes, he'll be back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Well,
did the thing.
And that's also the symptom of the latter day Arnold movies
Yes.
is it becomes self-parody. And
You always have to wink.
always
Yeah.
Terminator.
You become a
usually.
cartoon of yourself, and who hasn't?
Look,
It's true.
it's fine if you want to call back to other movies like Pump and Iron and fucking Long Goodbye. Pop that shirt off. Let me see what that old Arnold body's looking
Oh, he'll
like.
be coming in the gym.
Yes.
Oh, he'll be coming at home. Oh, he'll be always coming.
Now that I would like to see that in an Arnold movie. Actually.
Hey, Arnold, I got a great idea for a little wink to the audience. What if I called you a slack jaw? No, Jesse, that's not a great idea.
But I think the audience would really respond, thinking back to our old Predator days with my most famous
Well, so
line.
I'm your cab driver. You're sleeping. I'm like, hey, wake up, you slack.
No.
Look, I can even lose the slack jaw.
I'll play ball here.
I get it. You don't want me saying slack jawed again. Got it.
That one was a little rough. Let's just go with the clean F.
So he's dragging this doll home, and he's giving the speech, practicing, honey, Oliver died. He's in heaven.
The dog heaven is so good.
But yeah, he's just second guessing himself, what am I going to say to this girl or whatever. And then this clone dog comes up hey, don't worry about it.
It is. I mean, this part is chilling, kind of, in a better movie.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
kind of,
yeah.
It could be chilling because it's clone dog. Where did that come from? And
But
then
I think, but doesn't Arnold sort of react just my fucking wife did it
Yes.
anyway?
Yeah.
And then he looks inside, and Arnold is having quite this fucking Hawaiian shirt he is wearing.
Oh man, this
It
is
is his
birthday Arnold.
night.
I love it.
It is actually like the moment he's approaching, like the reveal of like this is the turn where like shit gets really weird.
Yeah.
And I actually do like the way that they present it, which is like he's coming up to the house, he's giving the fucking speech or whatever, and then like before he can reach the steps, he hears the singing of Happy Birthday. Now, if you are walking home to your own birthday party that you know is going on and you hear Happy Birthday being sung,
It's my birthday.
I mean, that would throw me, man.
Yeah.
I'd be
It's
sort of
chilling.
freaking out.
Yeah.
I hate that song anyway.
I want to see this special edition Tommy Bahama shirt he's gone on with bratwursts and red cabbage on it. That's what I'm looking for. I want to see this thing in close up.
It's really great.
If they actually made a Hawaiian shirt with bratwurst and cabbage,
You would own it. You'd own 3 of them.
Absolutely. Never know when one gets mustard stains.
Well, that would just go right with the shirt, though. You wouldn't have to clean it.
Red, green, and black.
And you know, as he's like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah.
But he gets interrupted by Terry Crews in his acting debut.
Yeah, totally. First time on screen.
As Vincent, and this other sexy lady, Talia, is the sexy bounty hunter lady with the weird hair.
Now, this was like 2000, so Ally McBeal is already on television, and I thought for way longer than I should have that this was what's her face,
Calista?
Portia de
Ross.
Ross.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, you're bringing sexy to the table, right? She doesn't do anything really sexy. She's
I
just
guess that's fair.
She's just a lady.
She's wearing colorful wigs as if it's Blade Runner 2049.
That's true.
Well, I guess,
Which is actually
I
pretty
guess I
sexy.
revealed myself.
Well, hey,
Oh my God, a blue wig! She showed her butt.
the future is sexy. I gotta say, I would love it, man.
But
2015, sign me up.
Terry Crews is the one who is the recipient of he's in my house eating my birthday cake.
And they're like, oh, you know, if you just come right this way, we'll get this all sorted out. They knock him over, and Terry Crews is about to blow this guy's head off in the street, and the lady has to be like, no. Like, no.
Although
not
they
here.
should have.
Yeah.
It would have avoided a lot of headaches for this crew, I'll tell you what.
And he gets like thrown into a car.
The taser fight happens.
Yes,
it's pretty
taser
cool.
fight.
Terry Crews gets tased.
Yeah.
here.
Oh, we all
Arnold
get a
sort of
little
fights
tase,
back.
little ball tasing. It's nice. And then they stole my Cadillac. You know,
'cause
the
this
other
is-
Arnold comes out and sees that there's been a commotion.
Right. And this is like there are few places less exciting to have a car chase than like suburban track housing.
Yeah.
Like, because Arnold, like,
Sparring, yeah.
it's a weird thing where it looks like they have sort of a like kind of secluded, almost like a farmhouse type thing. But then the car chase is going on for like 2 seconds, and all of a sudden we're in this like townhouse neighborhood and everything, and he's like speeding through, and I'm like, there's nothing exciting to look at here.
There's a Chevrolet dealership, a Burger King. This is no good.
You know,
whatsoever.
a couple bridges would help out. You know?
Yeah, and the crew it's Michael Rooker, this other guy named Wiley.
Who has the line here? Car chase. Cool.
Yeah.
Dude,
he's like,
Wiley, we fucking tried our darndest to get Steven Dorff to be in this movie, and then it was just had to be this guy. Instead.
I thought this was the guy from Fast and Furious, the big dude.
Oh, Vince.
I thought it was Vince, but it's not.
I could see that though. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like before Vince got juicing.
But yeah, it's this crazy car chase. It's Arnold and this woman, and he's like, "What is going on? Why are they after me?" And she's like, "Well, you're in a movie called The Sixth Day."
Good title.
And because you know, if they kill your clone, it's a cover up, and they have to kill your clone or you, and just to make sure nobody knows that there's clones. Blah blah blah.
Right,
And
But also clones.
clones.
It's really tough hearing clones so much in this movie.
Well, you know, honestly, I appreciate it as opposed to like a lesser, cooler screenplay would be like, oh, your other or your dupe or your
that's
put in
actually
any
true.
annoying word.
You've
Yeah.
been replicode.
Oh, if it was a fake one, that would be the worst. That's
Like
actually
when you hear
true.
that so much, it's like somebody had some dumb TikTok where it was basically a fun riff on how many fucking zombie movies just don't say zombie. It's like, here come the walkers. Here come the others. Here comes the
biters.
Yes, exactly. And it's the runners. It's like, let's just fucking call them zombies. I just think just fucking call it. We're talking clones.
Yeah,
it's a clone.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Also, we're saying clone too much.
You can also find other places. You could just
and that a 90-minute runtime, you wouldn't feel it so hard.
That's actually true. Yeah. I got like 33 extra minutes of hearing clone.
Clown.
So in this fight,
clown.
The doll gets fucking eviscerated, which is kind of fun.
Yes.
Is this the one where it's like it's crying and Terry Crews can't make it shut up in the car and it gets shot in the face?
Yes, I think Michael Rooker shoots it in the head.
That's kind of funny.
Michael Rooker rules. I just
so
enjoy.
Good.
This movie would be like 3%, 10% worse without Michael Rooker.
Definitely,
and he doesn't even do much. He's just kind of like, Michael Rooker ain't around.
He's just totally there.
Oh, but that's true of a lot. I mean, you don't have Robert Duvall in this doctor fucking role.
Yes.
This would sink immediately.
I think to the Rookerness of it all, though, and I mean, this may be a stretch because I'm stunned it's still on television. And surprise, surprise, we're breaking that final season in half. But had they kept Michael Rooker on that fucking show instead of what's his face?
Norman Reedus.
Yeah. I probably would have stuck with it.
Same.
Because it's fucking
he's
Rooker,
better.
man.
He's
I mean, I
better.
think Reedus is fine.
But
and I got tired on that show overall, but dude, Rooker,
yep,
I'd hang tight with it. I really would. So yeah, the other woman is in the car with Arnold, and this guy Wiley tries to shoot Arnold and gets this woman like right in the neck.
Yeah.
And then this is where Arnold like kicks the fucking corpse out the door, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm just, oh man, that was 2 hours ago. I was a family man. Now I'm murdering ladies.
I have a lust for blood. I mean, he does when fucking Wiley gets kicked out of the thing and he runs over him.
Oh yeah,
he has to look like a child on Christmas morning, just like, oh, I did it.
He's
finally
fucking
took a life.
Oh, it felt so good to feel that 21 grams.
That's probably going to hurt my suspension. But
and later in the movie, he breaks Wiley's neck, and I'm like, where does this pilot get this? A dropped line near the end of the movie is like, oh, remember, hey, clone of mine, remember when we were in the rainforest wars? Yeah. And I'm like, way too late for whatever the rainforest wars are.
It's the Amazon Wars from RoboCop 3.
It might be.
Hey, Arnold, I got the script there for 6th Day and saw it mentioned there the rainforest wars. And don't you think that's kind of like us in Predator? Like we were in the rainforest having a war with the Predator, and then I could call you a slack.
No, you can't do it, Jesse. Stop with that.
No, I could.
It's a different time now, Jesse.
It's unacceptable.
Just think of it. I could discharge from the service, and I'm coming to your house. We're buddies from the war, and I'm saying, hey, let's get soup.
Look, let's call Bill Duke. Let's make it a party of it.
Yeah.
Ooh, there we go.
Bill Duke. But
love Bill Duke.
So Arnold goes to the police, and meanwhile
wait, hang on a second. I hate to interrupt you, but there's a thing. It's very unbelievable. The car chase gets down to Terry Crews and Rooker, and then Arnold is in the other car, and he drives off the road, and he's driving through the woods and whatever, and then it's like, a cliff, and the car goes off this huge drop.
Yeah.
And like Arnold winds up like hanging by a fence, and Rooker's going to shoot him with his laser gun. And Arnold dives and like,
yeah, he does. It's like
not.
Rooker in Fantasy Island at this dive. It's fucking insane. But of course, Arnold somehow lives through this.
Well, I
didn't kill my wife.
Yes, thank you. I remember this very old movie now, 25 years ago, The Fugitive.
You are framing me, Michael Rooker, due to Provasic.
Well, what's just so you could have Provasic?
You switched the samples. I didn't switch the samples. You switched the samples.
Look at these photos of their fishing trip. Who's this fella?
It wasn't me. It was my one-armed clone.
It's Robert Duvall as the doctor. My good friend Richard Kimball here needs a little help. He's had a couple bad days. We could talk off to the side.
I feel terrible for that elderly Polish woman.
Did you guys read in the trivia that Nicholson was approached but was too expensive for the Goldwyn character?
Ooh.
So you could have had Jack Nicholson and Duvall having a scene together.
That would have been nice.
Have they ever shared the screen?
They must have, maybe.
Yeah,
I feel like they
Years.
have, but I can't remember.
See, all right, that's good because I thought for a split second there was some big thing that I didn't remember, and the three of you simultaneously would be like,
No, but
they presented at the Oscars.
in about 10 minutes, I'm going to be like Rufus Sewell and old though, and I'm going to be losing my mind trying to think. Jack
Nicholson and Duvall in the same movie.
The thing also I just wanted to say about the cliff jump, which is it's ridiculous on its own, but when they have this overhead shot looking down at where he supposedly landed, there's light hitting the body of water that they're filming, and you can literally see how shallow it is because you can see fucking rocks beneath everything.
Sorry, I Googled Jack Nicholson, Robert Duvall, and one of the first things that comes up is people also ask, what diseases does Jack Nicholson have?
Syphilis.
Hollywood veteran Jack Nicholson has quietly retired from acting due to memory problems.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah, I think
There
they
you go.
said he's got a little bit of dementia there.
I guess that's
But he was
the
at the
disease.
fucking Laker game last week, so that was cool. He was out doing
Oh
public
yeah,
stuff.
should I ask him what the score was?
No, I don't think
Yeah,
you
it's
should.
kind of rude. It's kind of rude.
If you were to meet screen legend Jack Nicholson, I wouldn't ask him what the score of a basketball game was.
But it just seems there's so many other questions you
So
could ask
many,
him.
so many
It
questions.
just doesn't seem like they ever shared a movie. I don't know.
Amazing.
Crazy.
So we go to the cloning lab, which is like, I would have my office away from the dead-eyed monster clones.
Yes.
Like
Yep.
my office would be like towards the mountains, and I would have like a really cool thing go.
Separate facility.
Sure.
Get me as far away from the thing I'm doing as possible.
Exactly.
Just fucking please.
Plausible deniability would be fantastic there.
That sounds great to me.
But and why are we cloning these henchmen? Because they bring back the lady and they bring back Wiley, and she's like, it's a kind of a funny scene, like, and we're kind of exploring the clone world. She's like, oh, my hair's all fucked up now. I got this like, she's like long blonde hair for some reason.
Oh,
Her
right,
natural
right.
hair or whatever.
Yeah.
And
I
she's
mean, yeah, all that
Okay.
stuff's kind of cool. They don't super like go beyond it. Like when Wiley
Yes.
comes back, he's like, why does my chest hurt? And
Yeah.
Terry Crews is like, it's just a phony like sense memory thing because you got run over with the truck. Like you aren't actually, and like
It's an interesting idea, like the
Yeah.
phantom limb type of shit.
exactly. Like I wanted them to explore that. Like maybe the clone gets fucking decapitated, and then when you bring him back, he's like holding his neck, just like my fucking head's gonna fall off.
Well, you see, we have it in the contract here that after the 10th time they die and we resuscitate them, we don't got to pay them after that. So if we just keep them on, we're going to be at a loss at first, but we're going to make it back.
Goldwyn even says it's $1.2 million to clone you fuckers. Why do I keep doing it? Great question. They're bad henchmen.
Yep,
Yeah.
They are-
totally.
just get somebody else. Go to the docks and find somebody.
The dogs.
Or just like ask Michael Rooker
Yes.
to do it. You know, like listen, Michael Rooker. It's been the 6-month evaluation period. I've had to reclone your 2 henchmen twice now.
You need a new
Fuck
team.
this, new people.
I just love the idea of going down to the docks to find a replacement to Terry Crews. Do you need push weights, any of you? Do you have a barbell system around
It would
you?
be like in the movie we did on our amazing commentary, Enter the Ninja, when they have that like henchman thing. They go down. I do believe they go down to the docks.
You're right.
Yep.
They do. They have like a tryout at the docks.
Yes.
Yeah, that's we did a sinkable commentary track to Enter the Ninja. It's
did.
available on patreon.com/we8movies.
And I think in that movie there is also a hilarious kick to the nuts right
There
in
is.
that
Oh,
scene.
yeah.
The guy gets like humiliated by like the tough guy or whatever.
But you know what he should be doing is he should be doing like the Kim Jong-un thing of like spraying poison on your enemy at the airport or whatever.
Sure.
Or the Putin thing of uranium or whatever that was. Like poison people.
Yeah.
Or
It's so much more
alternatively, like
efficient.
recently, losing weight and looking great. My man's looking good. Kim Jong-un.
Oh, absolutely.
You're looking
And
fantastic.
His clone is anyway.
Oh, well, yes.
and we
Sorry,
and we
clone.
pledge loyalty to his clone army
Yeah, if
for when the
I-
time comes.
That's the thing. I'd be like, all right, so you're gonna clone me. All right, go there. Yeah, look, that's bigger. That's smaller. Let's see what 5'10" looks like. That'd be kind of cool.
Something tells me that a country where they have to put up like fake cardboard cutouts of food to pretend like grocery stores are, stalked and everything.
You talking about the U.S.?
Soon enough. But it just leads me to believe North Korea probably not in the cloning game.
Well, you never know. They probably got a decent military budget, and we salute them. Our eventual rulers,
But so Arnold goes to the cops, and the cops are like, "That's crazy. You're crazy."
Yeah, I love this whole notion. It's like, what you're describing would be illegal. A human clone, that can't be possible. I don't think illegal stuff happens here, pal.
Just like,
I'm the cops.
Exactly. Like, yes, what he's like, maybe check it out, because remember, there's a whole fucking law against it.
No. You remember they cloned that one kid. He went ape shit. We killed him, and we made it illegal. So once it's illegal, no one's doing it
After
no more.
the Lipnicki Accords. Do you remember those?
I remember famed musician Jonah Christ has been entertaining for 200 years without any help.
And then the cops have there's a virtual lawyer that's going to be appointed, and then there's a virtual psychiatrist.
Oh, that's a bad joke.
That joke is that like a Blade Runner joke that happens? Because he's like,
yes,
he eventually says okay, now to help study you, you're in the desert and there's a tortoise.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Yeah, of course. That's kind of
wild.
fun.
It's crazy, but it's also
kind of, that's the exact reaction
it is.
You should have for that.
When I recognized that joke, I in my living room went. But also, that fucking guy is kind of playing Freud.
Yeah,
that's very
hammy.
Bottom of the
Perhaps
barrel.
you have issues with your mother. And I was like, perhaps you should carry on with the fucking clone movie.
Perhaps I had a ham and cheese sandwich for lunch.
But so they're like, okay, Mister. They get a call from the whatever, from something. Rooker makes them crooked. Like, oh, just come right here, sir. We'll get you right away. They're gonna put him in the fucking bug house.
Yeah, no, that's I think the police get notified that this man is fucking dangerous, and the guy's like, all right, Mr. Jackass, sit quietly in this room.
You want me to come right here?
Oh my
in
God.
front of all these people?
It's terrific and all, but okay.
And we've already seen the lengths that Tony Goldwyn is willing to go, because right before this, the big scene where we meet this facility, the cloning facility that we were talking about. It's like a fundraising night or whatever, and there's a scene upstairs business dealings where Tony Goldwyn gets the Speaker of the House on board to help under the table start changing the laws, because this guy's got a terminally ill son.
Yeah, if you were able to fix my turtle problem, it would be amazing. Would you able to clone me and make my face look like a face?
What if I told you this, Mitch? You could come back and no one would ever say that you looked like a turtle ever again.
Oh my God, I'm crying inside of my face. And my tear, when I cry, it rolls down my skull, you see, not down my cheeks.
Mitch, why wouldn't I help the tortoise?
Well, yeah, you have to help the tortoise because it's good for America. Now, do you know anything about cocaine shipping?
My wife is also crooked.
Oh man. Yeah. So where are we here?
No, so but now Arnold is about to get found out by
the police station.
The
That's
police
right.
station chase. He breaks through the TV to figure out.
This is a real Arnolding of
Yes.
this room,
Oh, I
because
love it.
he's handcuffed maybe.
Yes.
Or he can't get out of the room, and the door's locked. He pulls a bolted chair out of the floor and sort of props it up against the door handle so the door
That's
can't
what I
open.
learned in the Amazon Wars.
We're just pulling chairs out of the floor. That's
Again,
what I was doing. I did 2 tours of pulling chairs out of floors.
Again, really, I could be the guy I could be letting you out of the interrogation room here even.
Yeah. Oh, and then, so he props the door closed, and then he's just elbowing this fucking window until
Yes.
it shatters.
And he walks through, and luckily enough, the other room is not locked. He gets out. He goes to Michael Rapaport here.
Well, this is where he breaks Wiley's neck.
Oh, that's
outside
pretty-
the police station.
It's such an easy break. It's crazy.
That's what I love about it, because the guy's he sees him, he's like, you're dead or whatever, and Arnold's like, no, you are. And he fucking, it's such an easy neck break.
Yeah,
Dude,
But
it's one arm.
It's fucking meaty arm. We see in the Mirror News or in the morning when he's flexing a little bit at the start of the movie.
Yep.
That's when it establishes those guns are loaded.
Dude, yeah, and he just, it's like he's fucking one-armed killing a huge crab. He's like,
He's been bench pressing those hypercopters.
And you're right. This is where he goes to Michael Rapaport and his like blowjob machine almost attacks Arnold.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, hey, babe, how's it going? And he sits
God.
down. And she's like doing the thing you want to watch. And it's like, the thing of it is like, I don't even mind if you've got a blowjob machine, but don't like have a thing where it's like watching the sports with you and stuff. That's where it literally gets sad.
It's not. It's also a hand job machine. Let's
I'm
be very
sure.
clear. I don't think there's any.
well, I mean, it can touch him.
Yes,
So,
it could do anal and stuff.
yeah, well,
Hell yeah.
it could,
So,
it could be a blowjob machine.
You think there's like a whole apparatus, like a choose your own adventure thing?
Well,
I think it's like,
it's
you can
touch
him.
it. You can
it opens
like,
his pants.
well, yeah, it's doing like hand
It
stuff.
becomes
that's
like
what
a
I'm saying.
physical entity in the room, the projection of the woman.
Oh
a
no,
ghost.
I think it's a machine.
You think it's a robot that
No,
just
it's a
disappears?
hologram that actually, a hard light hologram.
Hard hologram.
Hard light hologram.
Yes,
Dude,
I
it's
believe.
this
The
is,
Hallmark hard light hologram.
oh my god, could you imagine?
No, because he's got the little thing on the top of it.
Okay,
I
yes.
assume there's another thing down there. That,
Disagree. This is a hologram that's touching.
Didn't Arnold have some line like it was touching my fly?
He's like, oh,
and
he was
buttoning."
unzipping my pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Well, then, because like it's about to go down right here, and then there's a knock at the door, and fucking Rapaport is like, "Oh, hey, babe, why'd you zip up the? Careful, you almost zipped up the merchandise
Yes.
there." And I was like, "Man, the merchandise, yeah, fucking half off, dude."
the Crown, Brooklyn. I mean, jewels.
And he's like, oh, yeah, Arnold, like, oh, come on in. And she's like, oh, hey, what, Adam, how's it going? It's like, oh, man, like, you can't. This poor little robot wants to be like, have friends. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, as long as Adam is here, I can, like, not have to suck Michael Rapaport's
Sure.
floppy pee-pee cock.
That's right, pee-pee floppy cock.
Floppy cock.
Pee-pee
Please,
Cock.
please,
Apologies,
Yeah.
apologies.
yeah,
apologies.
please get that right.
But like, so like, this is when it starts to get go. It's like, oh my god, there was a clone in my house eating my birthday cake, and he's like, no way. And he's like, come, I'll show you.
And this is where like spying on Arnold
I
in the
love
garage,
this.
like
I-
doing some handiwork.
That not only like you have to bring him to watch the other you, but then the other you is rebuilding the shit that you destroyed earlier that day. I just love that he's already rebuilding this like garage or whatever.
In the middle of the night,
Yeah.
like
On
a
his
lunatic.
birthday.
yeah.
Absolute tops. What you should be doing is getting like some, what do you call it there? Like a tarp over. You just staple it to the fucking
Yeah.
thing.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
you keep the draft out and keep
And
the
that's- it's-
raccoons out.
Gonna sit that way for like at least 3 weeks.
Exactly.
I will get around to fixing
I'll
the
do it on
garage.
Columbus Day. I told you I would do it Columbus Day weekend.
It's got to settle. You don't understand.
I know
before
that's
can do
5
it.
months from now.
I'm very busy with I have so many helicopters to fly.
So many charters.
But so he's like, oh yeah, it's got to be you. He's even a crappy carpenter. And this is when Schwarzenegger's about to kill this thing,
Yes, I'm going to assassinate myself.
but he can't do it.
Yeah.
And then the daughter comes out, and he has to put her to bed, and it's a sweet scene. But meanwhile,
Yeah.
the sex. Wendy Crewson's like, oh, Mr. Man, you're fixing the garage right on your birthday. Here, I got you something special. Apparently, smoking is illegal now, like all forms of smoking, apparently.
Yeah, smoking, Christmas, it's all illegal now.
They took your guns and they replaced them with laser pistols.
That's a good idea, actually.
I actually love the guns in this movie because they look just like guns, but they shoot like blasters.
Yes, they shoot. Well, they shoot like predator lasers. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like a laser that kind of explodes upon impact. a little bit.
And hilariously, can only have so many laser blasts. There's like a
Oh, is there a
fucking
cartridge?
magazine because
Oh,
there's
come
one
on.
point where Arnold has to like reload, and I was like, "You're reloading a laser?
It'd be funny if he had like the charge of fucking cartridge.
Oh no! I forgot the cord."
Do you have a lightning wire?
But so this is when Wendy Crewson's like, "Oh, Mr. Man, here's a cigar," and he's like, suck on the cigar, do it.
But you have the stogie in your mouth.
It's like, it is wild shit to do in the year 2000.
Because it's a weird, because it is illegal. So he's like, oh, yeah, you want to get down with the dirty, illegal activities we're doing? Start sucking on this.
Suck on it in our Dodge Durango.
Yes, and then they fuck in the minivan. And
That's
Rapaport
awesome.
sticks around for quite some time.
He's watching.
Yeah.
He's watching
Yeah.
through the garage
'Cause
window.
As a single male character in a movie or TV show, you have to be a pervert.
Yes, you have to be.
Oh boy, I wish I had a leather chair and some whiskey. Just for the corner.
Hank, are you masturbating outside my garage again? And Arnold gets pissed off, though, because they start getting it on, and he's like, in the back seat of my minivan.
Because it's also you fucked my wife? Hey, you fucked my wife?
Yeah.
I've never made her come there. You shouldn't either.
But it's literally you. So, what's the problem?
Yes, exactly. I think
It's still an asterisk.
well, actually, the thing
Yeah,
is,
that's true.
It is an asterisk, but it's less creepy than Multiplicity because
Yes.
it's actually Arnold. It's not. We find out later in the movie.
That's true.
Who we think is is Arnold Prime,
And
is
also-
the clone the entire time.
Yes.
So actually, Arnold is just fucking his wife regular.
Yeah,
regular.
good for him.
Yeah.
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 And also the big difference, Arnold's in that situation, Michael Keaton is intentionally getting cloned in that movie.
Yes.
This was an accidental cloning. It should
Exactly.
have never happened. It is the asterisk.
And all the clones know of the cloning, whereas this new Schwarzenegger still believes.
That's right.
If he was fucking the wife, I wouldn't care because he's still in his mind Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Exactly.
Right.
That's why when the actual turn happens, I'm like, oh, who gives a fuck? Who could
And-
possibly care?
And unlike Multiplicity, all of the clones have adult intelligence, we'll
Yes.
say, which is
Yeah.
helpful. I saw the greatest movie. I'm going to play a gay clone in this one. This is going to be great. And that'll be a stupid clone. I'll wear a pilot's hat or something stupid like that.
That would actually be great, though, if the clone, you could tell it was the Arnold clone because it just talked like the Terminator. Just bare bones vocabulary.
Yeah, all the clones are from his other movies, right?
Ooh,
And
that's a good
one's
idea.
Dutch-esque.
One's got
Totally.
bright red hair like Kindergarten Cop.
Oh, right. Well, you got John Matrix in there.
Oh, the twins one is perfect.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful
Similar
makeup.
clothing.
Oh, yeah.
That fucking birthday Hawaiian shirt he's wearing in this movie.
Mhm.
That's
Love
something
it.
he would wear in Twins.
Well,
yeah.
that's what Arnold wears. Like, if you ever seen him,
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That
whatever
I'm
he's
going to bring my wardrobe from home again.
He's got to go to Planet Hollywood so much.
Do you think Arnold Schwarzenegger originally signed on to do Planet Hollywood because he thought they were going to build an actual planet where all the rich people would go?
Yeah, because he wanted to go up there and be like, give these people air.
This chain restaurant that features movie merchandise from all sorts of periods in Hollywood history is the first step toward, colonizing an entire planet for celebrities to live on.
these chicken fajitas can be made anywhere in 0G. These chicken fajitas.
Let's say Planet Hollywood was the biggest success in the world.
Sure.
Let's say every city has one. It's humongous.
Yeah.
Everyone got ridiculously rich.
Yeah.
Better world, I think, that they're the ones doing SpaceX.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Like Planet Hollywood
Totally.
ships are
Yep.
going up into the space.
Those people understand spectacle.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos, I don't want to watch that fucker do nothing but die.
That's Blue Origin, and this is, I was referencing Elon Musk, but it's all the fucking
It's all
same
the
shit.
same thing.
It's all
But
fucking
here's
garbage.
the thing. When you're on your fucking little space shuttle to Mars,
Yeah.
if it's the Planet Hollywood space line that's doing
Yes.
it, sick fucking spinach artichoke
Also,
dip on the
Absolutely.
flight.
themes. We're gonna you get to look at Total Recall props.
Yes.
They give you a Mars teeny while you're
Yeah.
up there.
Ooh,
Dude, it's
yeah.
fucking gonna be
Look,
killer.
I'm not saying we're going to get to my dream of Stallone being the governor of the moon, but I'm saying we could at least get to a place where in Ad Astra it was a Planet Hollywood instead of a Hudson News.
All right, everybody, get into your hypersleep chambers. This time I'm recording this distress alone. This flight to Alpha Centauri is going to take 300 years, but when you're sleeping, you'll be watching all of my movies.
On loop. Oh, that's right. I am recording this video as my frozen self from Demolition Man, which means you guessed it, I'm butt naked.
Here's my friend Wesley Snipes to give you all the rules of your sleeping pods.
I forgot to mention there there's going to be audio commentary from me during every movie.
And no, you cannot wake up for 300 years. And if you wake up early, don't be creepy and wake up a girl and try and make out with her.
Yes, sir, passengers. That put this whole operation back at least 20 years. Passengers. He's a rapist in that movie, man.
It's fucked up. I would never be in that movie, man. I've been in some dogs, too.
Yeah, coming up.
When you see Robert Spottiswoode stopping my mom who's shooting. That is the first movie you will watch for 300 years.
That's right. Rocky Balboa was shot on some shitty-looking digital, and it's going to annoy you for 300 years.
What's this movie called? Fist? Yeah, F-I-S. Yeah, I remember getting money for it, for sure. I don't remember much making it.
No, I apologize. There are no Coen Brothers movies featuring Sylvester Stallone, so that's not going to happen.
And, you know, we could be sitting here spending 300 years together watching me in a Coen Brothers movie, but I never received a phone call from Joe or Ethan.
Now get prepared for Escape Plan 5.
We're filming that one on this very flight.
Yep, Dave Bautista's here, too.
In fact, you're in the movie. You look at the background. Look, there's the sleep cells.
It truly is a Planet Hollywood.
Thank you. Whatever. So he's running around or whatever. Like, cause now shit's hit the.
Because
Yeah, so fake.
Rooker comes to the door.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
this is
then-
the zip up when he comes out of the barn.
Yes, and what turns out to be the clone Arnold, the Arnold we've been following, goes to the door with Hank, and Hank shows up.
Yes.
Oh no, that's just my friend Hank.
That's Hank. Don't mind him.
And he poses as the real Arnold, and Rooker leaves momentarily there.
That's right. And there's, man, what I think this is the only Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where he hides behind a couch.
Yes,
Which is kind of great.
So the dog is barking, and the Arnold, the real Arnold, is like, "What is it, Oliver? Come on, oh, you're glitchy today." Because I guess that's something now dogs are, now that they're clones or whatever.
Sure.
So he's pulling the dog away, and then we see there's another Arnold under the behind the couch.
Yes.
Oh man,
Pretty great.
If only.
I just had that thought of, I don't think I've ever seen him hide behind furniture in a motion picture.
We have to get big and tall furniture.
Well, that's exactly. It would have to be. It's only a couch.
Yeah.
Or an above ground swimming pool. He could hide behind.
Maybe a big old Chesterfield he could be hiding
Oh,
behind.
sure, yeah.
They go back to Hank's, and
Yes.
this is actually where Arnold is almost blowjobbed by his virtual girlfriend.
Mhm.
And Rapaport gets shot like in
By
the
Trip.
back.
Yes.
Yeah, by Trip.
Because no one could care that Trip was still in this movie.
No, absolutely not. And like Tripp should have had some line here, like, "This is the second time I'm killing you today,
Yeah.
Rapaport."
And
The girlfriend gets shot too, doesn't she? Which
She
is
does.
hilarious.
He puts on the
malfunction.
yeah, like in a moment, like to distract the gunman Trip. He puts on the virtual girlfriend again, and he shoots it.
Well, before he shoots Hank, he says, "Step off, Hank. Just step off."
But Tripp here is shot, and he.
Where's this parking garage? It looked like Michael Rapaport lived in a house. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden we're in an industrial parking
I
garage.
guess it's an
It's a
apartment?
very bizarre.
I always got like a Minority Report apartment to
Okay,
it.
got
That
it.
was
All right,
always what I got from the
mistook- I
beginning.
mistook it then.
Oh, and it's just like in a big multi-unit.
Yeah,
building.
so like that's a huge,
that's
huge
kind of what
parking
I
lot.
thought it was
Got it.
too. Yeah.
He fights Trip to the death, and Trip is like now dying, and he's like, "You're a clone." He's like, "They cloned everybody, blah blah blah. Drucker's a clone, everyone's a clone. You better shoot me in the head, man."
They'll scan my brain. We have people embedded in Dr. Weir's unit. They can't scan my brain. And
Which,
he
like,
basically
why? Because they'll like respawn him and
Well,
like find out that he was crooked?
I think,
Yeah.
Yes, because I guess part of the cloning process is you get a video file of everything that they've ever saw.
Well, 'cause it's
which
kinda
comes
like
into
the-
play later.
Yeah, it's like Apple's fucking backup, time machine thing. You got to back yourself up to the cloud, which they're
Yeah.
doing in this movie.
If you were wearing those Strange Days things all the time, that's what you want.
Never
Yeah,
saw
got
Strange
it.
Days.
Amazing movie.
I've
Very
always meant
underrated.
to, Yeah.
You know,
So
I
good.
actually haven't either, and I've always meant to. And every year I'm like, this is the year.
Maybe you and I should just go hang out one day.
We should do that.
Maybe
yeah.
you could have a strange day of your own.
Yeah.
Eric and Steve Strange
We'll
Day.
get a hotel room on 42nd Street.
Oh, man.
I'm just trying to look for a reason to go to the Margaritaville or something.
Oh,
don't
right.
threaten me with a good time,
I
Eric.
forgot about that. Hey,
We get a room and we
haven't
watch
talked
Strange
about it.
Days.
We haven't talked about that in
Yeah.
like 3 months. Has it inevitably gone out of business?
No,
Is it
it's still
around?
there, dude.
Get out of town.
I think there's a giant parrot or something in there. They're keeping something in there, and I want to see it.
So Rooker comes back with the lady. This is when he lasers off her fingers.
I love
and
it.
he just like fucking Ted Bundy just picks up her thumb and just shoves it in his pocket.
Just right in the old jeans pocket.
I'll need that for later. Don't worry about it.
I might need a snack on the road.
Let me just get some finger food.
Oh, while I'm here, let me break off a piece of trip too.
Trip is delicious.
Yes, I'm also a cannibal.
Trip, what were you marinating in?
I will not eat a fucking nacho banana, but I will eat a man's
Oh,
finger.
no, I'm good. I ate Trip's nose on the way over here.
Rooker gets his leg blasted off.
That's
right
I love
here.
it.
Yeah,
It's so good.
pretty
And-
great. Because Rooker's reaction here is great, right? Because it's not really like in pain or scared of Arnold or whatever. The reaction is perfect because he reacts as if it's a minor inconvenience.
Yes. I think he even says that these are new shoes or something.
Yeah, he's like, "Those are new boots. God damn it, ah, Rooker."
Then we get like Duvall talking to his wife, who's like, "Kill me."
Oh right,
The plot of this movie.
Yeah.
Who
Damn
gives a shit? And it's like, I hate this part of it because the movie really does its darndest to like humanize Robert Duvall and like make you feel sorry for this character or whatever. And like by the end of it, he's like, no, Tony Goldwyn, I don't want anything to do with this anymore. And it's like, nah, man, you're still fucking cloning people, and I'm sure you made a pretty penny off this.
Yes,
and
exactly.
go fuck
Fuck off.
yourself.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. But like, it's really fucked up what he's doing. Like, that, why I'm interested in him is like, what he's doing with the wife is fucked up. Like, genuinely,
Yeah.
something stirring in a movie that I was mostly sleeping through.
That part, it's like it could be kind of a Cronenberg movie where
Yes.
it's like you have this partner who just wants to die and you refuse that wish and keep cloning them, and the resentment that could come with that. There's a whole other like sci-fi drama
Because
there.
she shouldn't know she's a clone, but she does. And
Yeah.
then she's just like, hey, dude, could you do me a huge favor and let me fucking die?
Yep.
no,
Yeah.
I can't do that. How am I going to remember where the remote control is? How am I going to do that?
We come to find that she has some terminal illness that Drucker, Tony Goldwyn's character, is putting into all the clones to like make sure everyone's loyal, because then they'll
Yes.
just die, and
just seems like
they'll
a
be
huge
dependent
hassle.
on him on
Yeah.
recloning.
I guess so, but
It
now
is a hassle.
Now everybody's gonna come back and be like, "Oh, I have this huge terminal illness. What the fuck?" It's like, "Well, I'll reclone you. Don't worry about it."
I hope Johnny Phoenix's terminal illness doesn't line up with a playoff game or something.
That's a great
you know?
point.
Yeah, totally. Well, you'd have like just another Johnny Phoenix on standby.
I guess
ready to
so,
step
yeah.
into the
Well,
game.
it does make sense when you finally hear his mega plan to overthrow the Senate and fucking change all the cloning laws
Yeah.
and all that. Like like
Don't you
he has all these
certify
people on a
those
leash.
votes?
Yeah.
Don't you fucking certify that vote?
Oh no, they've figured out that we're evil cloning. What if we changed our name to Meta? What if the Senate is getting very, very aware of what we're doing?
Look, the Weir Clinic, we got to scrap it. It was a nice name at first. The Meta Clinic.
Ooh, yeah, I like that.
My favorite thing about the Weir Clinic is there's these humongous holograms
What in
of
the
Robert
world?
Duvall.
Yep.
Now, whenever they made these, Robert Duvall is standing there the whole time with his hands in his pockets.
Yep.
Just yamming like, hello. And like, they don't move. Like, he's just standing there like a popsicle stick,
Well,
yammering at you. And you're like,
he's self
Dr. Weir, could you maybe just gesticulate a little
He's
bit. Gesture.
self-conscious about his hands. It's like the Sunny Philadelphia uncle or
That's
whatever.
true.
Yeah.
Well, no, but don't worry, Mr. Dr. Weir. Your hands will be 30 feet big.
You're commanding. We're going to put this in the middle of a humongous building. You're commanding. Okay, they're going to stay in there. Okay.
It's a weird, like, sci-fi detail too far, because this movie is doing like the in the near future,
Yes.
which actually at the beginning of the movie it does when it gets to the start of the
Yeah.
film, after all the timeline of clone history or whatever. It's like the near future, and then it says something like sooner than you think or something like that.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like riding that line of like some stuff looks futuristic and some doesn't, but
The
this-
cars look regular except for the driving bit.
yeah, but like this towering fucking figure, straight out of like German expressionism looking, kind of, in a way. Like, it's almost too futuristic. Like, don't make the movie look like Metropolis.
I will tell you what is one thing too far when we get to it. There's something towards the end of this movie that is one thing way too far.
I hate the way the sooner than you think was always like, always struck me as the movie calling me a dumbass. Like, oh yeah, you think it's gonna happen a year, huh? Well, sooner than you think. It's
Well-
gonna happen tomorrow, you fucking idiot.
Was it wrong, Chris?
Sure, it all happened.
You just got smoked on that VHS trailer.
It happened sooner than you thought.
Man, I can't let him win because this is gonna be every one now. He's just gonna be like,
Absolutely, you gotta.
Oh boy!
couldn't think of Charlie's Angels, could you?
Very. Yeah, me being happy for 1 hour a week is so terrible to you.
Well, to be fair, it was like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But Arnold breaks into the facility now, and there's this is
horse shit.
Mr. Dr. Weir already knows that his wife is dying and that Tony Goldwyn's crooked. So he gives Arnold everything. He's like,
Yeah.
this is where the sin codes are. And this is where why don't you take this incriminating evidence? And now we have a MacGuffin, which is Tony Goldwyn's memory before that has all the bad shit in it.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, because it's a thing of like, if that's destroyed,
Yes.
they're not like, that's his backup file, so
Yeah.
that you're not going to be able to do it.
You can bring it to the Senate, I suppose.
Sure.
Yeah. I guess that's the only reason for not like just stepping on it and destroying it.
Oh no, that's the thing too. Is like he has to keep cloning himself and keep the Senate unaware, because if they found out that he was a clone,
right.
he would have no rights. They would take his company and shoot him in the fucking head.
Yeah.
But
What
think
if I
about
was
it.
a clone? Oh no! my avatar is melting. I need to be a clone.
Oh, you think- Oh, you think I'm a cloner? You're a pedophile. You're all pedophiles. Tried to clone me. I not clone. You pedophiles.
Oh well, no, that's the real Elon Musk. He called everyone a pedophile. It's got to be him.
Yeah, it's got to be him. The clone would never do that. The clone is more human than the human. More human than human.
But whatever. So it's a big long chase around the facility. One of two, by the way, because he does
That's
all
true.
this stuff. Robert Duvall gives him the whole thing, and he's like, "But they're gonna go after your family too." And he's like, "My family is in danger. I will leave this facility and come back later."
My family will not become collateral. Oh, wrong film. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm reading so many scripts at once.
Oh, I've just been informed of a side quest outside of this realm. I will go there, do that, get the magic boots, come back and finish the main storyline.
I have to find these ladies' chickens. They're all over the village. Ag!
My sword keeps breaking.
I would say, chicken, get on a roof.
But it's his daughter's recital, so he like drives over there. At this point, he starts wearing this really. I like this outfit, the turtle, the silver turtleneck, and
Because he
Very
this
handsome.
this is really dumb. You know where he gets that outfit?
What's that?
From the security
Oh,
guard
that's
that he
right.
knocks out, who is sized nothing like Arnold
Yeah, of
Schwarzenegger. And it's confusing. This was one of those moments where I was like, what are we doing? Because he's got the security guard at gunpoint and he's telling this guy where to go. And I'm like, how does Arnold know how to get around this office?
Oh, that's because he's using. I apologize. This is because he's using Talia's thumb everywhere
Yeah.
it'll fit, and it's just like just
They
walking around.
eventually
Just,
turn her thumb off because she's like, that son of a bitch has my thumb. That's how he's getting into everything.
oh, it's so gross, and he's just like Yeah, I'm just moving around the human thumb. No biggie.
Oh yeah. Oh, Ellsworth is this woman's name. I
Yes,
keep forgetting the
Ellsworth.
character's name. There's the one. I mean, this building. I mean, again, this guy just bad with hiring. This Tony Goldwyn character bad with the outsourcing of the private pilots.
Sure.
Bad with the security guard hiring because you have this other guy who literally sees Arnold drop a human thumb on the floor and goes, "Hey, what are you doing over there?" And Arnold, like as if toying, like a cat toying with a mouse, is just like, "Oh, excuse me, I'm all thumbs today. Now I'm going to put this cut off thumb back up. Are you watching me, security guard? It is clear as day what I'm doing."
Now you swear to me that that's your thumb.
Oh,
You
yes.
own it?
I bought it fair and square.
Okay, then you use it as you like, sir.
So like Terry Crews and the lady try to abduct his wife and child at this recital with Dobermans that are cloned.
The robotic Dobermans that are, or I don't know if
It's
they're
the
close.
collar. It's the collar.
Okay.
Yeah.
This
Which
is the
is-
thing that was one thing too much.
Yeah.
Didn't they steal this for the film Up?
Possible. I never saw that.
Christopher Plummer is the villain in that
Yeah,
movie,
yeah,
and he's
yeah.
got the dog with
Dogs
the
with
collar, and
something.
he's
Yeah, yeah,
controlling.
yeah.
I thought that was from
But
Up,
it's-
maybe.
But it's nuts that it's just like,
Oh, it's crazy.
Terry Crews is like, "You'll have to come with me or else I'll have to set them to kill," or
Yeah,
something.
he's like the only thing that's like keeping these dogs from eating you is me pushing this button.
And this was like the real Arnold at the recital.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he has to go check because his wife's been gone too long. And honey, you're missing the teddy bear's picnic. The teddy bears have their picnic.
Our daughter's not in it, but they're doing a good job.
That is the biggest
Yeah.
laugh of this movie for me.
Yeah.
Is like you see the kids backstage, and then the little girl's like, "Teacher, I have to go to the bathroom," and then you see the teacher be like, "Oh, okay, no problem. Does anybody else have to go to the bathroom before we start?" And then it just cuts to the little recital starts. They're all singing Teddy Bear's Picnic, and the mother's like, "Well, she's not up there," and I'm like, "What teacher starts this thing without making sure the whole class is there?"
Little Ginny, she's such a diva. Go on without
She
her.
Oh.
sucks anyway. She's never going to come out of that bathroom.
She can't fail teddy bear picnic.
Yes, but out in the lobby, Terry Crews has seen, I just imagine the wife, Wendy Crewson, being like, are the Dobermans clones at least? I need to know. What the fuck is with the Dobermans?
The teddy bears have their picnic. That's going to be in my head all day now. Damn it. Damn it.
Wasn't Arnold and Arnold confronting each other? And he punches him and says, "That's for sleeping with my wife."
Yes.
In the damn minivan is what he says. Yeah.
That's for stealing my cigar trick.
Oh, yes.
There's a bad thing here, which is totally stolen from The Simpsons, where I don't remember which Arnold it is, tries to call the police, and it's like, "Thank you for calling the so-and-so police
yes.
department. Are you looking to report a felony?"
Oh, yeah.
And like he gets frustrated on the phone with it, and it's like,
That's a Simpsons, literally a Simpsons joke.
Yeah, I saw that. I laughed at that back in 1995. Thank you.
And then this is when the Arnolds will work together. You're missing the line from Double Impact, Better Movie. There's two of them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. And then, we got a brief scene here of Duvall and Drucker. And this is where Duvall's like, I can't work. I can't do this anymore.
Right, he
Mr.
quits.
Drucker.
And he gets shot in the head, which kind of rules.
Dude,
but I
his
want it to be a little
eye.
more brutal, like.
Yeah, this movie, there's no reason why this movie can't be rated R.
Exactly.
So, let's see Robert Duvall's brains fly all over that window.
It's a pretty cold-blooded moment of I'm going to kill you and clone you, and you won't remember this, and I'll clone your wife again. Like if Nicholson was delivering this
Yes.
type of shit, it would be
And
more
I got-
compelling. No,
yeah,
no
I mean-
offense to Tony Gold.
I like Tony Goldwyn fine
Yeah.
enough. I just feel like there's not enough for him to do in
he,
this movie.
he needs to twirl a mustache.
Well,
He's
yeah.
just not doing it.
He's a
Evil-
little too reserved.
Evil Steve Jobs Steve Jobs isn't going to do it for me. Like, I need a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, this is what happened when I tried to quit the podcast a couple years ago. You shot me in the head and
Yep.
Yeah.
cloned me. And then
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, we're just going to keep doing it. So
But we did give you a bigger dick, so be happy about that.
That's right. You're
So
going
you
to
got to
be
admit it.
Steve
watching,
is sitting here stroking his huge penis like a Bond villain stroking a cat.
and he's damned to watch 300 years of Stallone movies.
well, that's right. It's a long trip to Alpha Centauri. Here we go. Why can't you just have the blissful sleep of your own and your own dreams? Because it's Planet Hollywood, baby.
Dude, if we ever did that, we could like bank 300 years of episodes
Oh,
to
yeah.
drop.
Oh, yeah.
My God, maybe we should start doing that. Like we should record like 5 episodes a day every day for the rest of our lives.
Okay.
So that like even if we die, like what? These episodes still keep coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't that be
That's
cool?
pretty
Like haunting, like an evil podcast, like a haunted podcast.
Yeah, when are we getting to the point where it's like once you listen to the podcast, you get a text and it says 7 days?
Oh, I would
a
love that.
fucking Ring remake.
I really want that. Japan, get on that.
Japan, if you'll get on that, please. Thank you.
I know you're listening.
This is when, and this is the problem. Multiplicity has Michael fucking Keaton. This is Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
And the problem, and look, Arnold just is so resistant in this movie to be fallible at all, or like even kind of whatever. Because just the two of them are like, wow, you're pretty smart. I know, right? Yes, I am pretty cool. Oh, here we go, the two of us together.
I need a slugfest.
Yes.
Not just this one, like, you slept with my wife.
Yeah.
Uppercut.
Yeah.
No. You're an action star. Get in there. Get hefty with one another.
Because Van Damme fights himself at Double Impact. There's a pretty cool fight scene.
Yeah, but
Right.
like if I met myself and I was like, we're both about to get into some trouble, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You kind of get along enough.
Sure.
that you're
Listen,
gonna-
if I met myself and
Yeah.
it wasn't under dangerous circumstances, the first thing I'm figuring out is where can we go to 69? I mean, that's just that putting that right on the table.
Oh, no,
okay?
no. They're going to replace you. You got to kill your clone immediately, right off the bat. You got to, that's right off the bat.
it would be kind of fun to kill myself without actually, you know.
I feel like I'm alone in this, but I found, aside from that mention of the Rainforest Wars, which is in this scene, they're making like explosives or whatever. I found him acting alongside himself totally charming. At the
Okay,
same
fair
time,
enough.
yeah,
Yeah,
I wish there was
agree.
a fight.
Yeah.
I wish there was a fight.
It's
but
because Arnold is like the greatest actor ever made.
Yeah, that's-
I mean I know, yes, that's funny, but like as a movie star, he's kind of unparalleled, at least in this era. Not in this era,
I mean,
but in the
yes,
90s.
I mean, he's up there for sure.
He is up. He's got fucking charisma
He does,
up
out
the
the ass.
wazoo.
Out the ass.
That's what I realized in Dune was like Jason Momoa needs to do
Oh,
more
yeah.
shit because he
Yeah.
is
Oh,
like
yeah, baby.
has that Arnold like presence of just like put him in a movie, I'm watching
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, you're smiling.
Don't you quit it with these fucking Apple shows about like the Society of the Blind
Oh,
and whatever
God.
the fuck.
Dude,
Who cares?
I can't even believe it. That's like in its 3rd season or will be starting a 3rd season. or-
Stop doing that. Call
What's
Shane
that?
Black and do what you're meant to do.
What's that show called? I never saw it.
See.
But let's
little Apple Plus music, Paul.
that is a thing that I realized about Dune. I mean, so every part of Dune is awesome, but Momoa is great not doing the hell yeah.
Yes.
Like he plays
He's better.
Duncan Idaho very differently than he plays
Yes.
Aquaman, and you can fucking tell. And it's like, put this dude in shit that is not goddamn Aquaman.
No, but also put him in more
yes,
Aquaman.
keep
Way
it
more
up.
Aquaman.
Yes,
Make
true.
17 Aquaman.
If it can be just Aquaman, sure, fine.
Yeah, if the
Let's do
the
it.
whole fucking gang is
I don't need to see
around.
the fucking friend gang hang out ever again.
So Arnold and Arnold are getting together.
We're
and-
Arnold and Arnold. The Muppet Christmas Carol joke.
like that. They concoct this whole plan,
Yeah.
and Arnold breaks back into the facility that he just broke into.
This
literally
is
9
exhausting.
minutes ago, movie wise.
What's stupid too is he tells, like, the break in between is to meet at the docks
Oh, right.
around his like helipad business.
Yes.
So like,
Oh, that's right. Because he's like, "Oh yeah, bring my family tonight."
yeah, bring them to the docks at 10 p.m.
Yes.
Like, and you're fashioning this explosive or whatever. I don't know. Like, the movie starts at this place
Yes.
of business. End it there.
I thought that was the end of the movie too, but
Yep.
no, he goes
That'd be
back.
nice. I would have sure liked
No,
that.
no, we got to fly back to the facility. But there's apparently like a stage scene between them, and then
Yes.
we have Drucker notices a reflection in the windshield of the helicopter. That was all for our benefit. The other one's here now, and Rooker was on the way to the airport to
And-
go find.
That's right.
the
And
other
I'm
Arnold.
caring about all of this.
This is when
Very clearly.
This is the big parlor scene where Arnold discovers that he was the clone. The Arnold we've been following discovers that he was the clone the whole time.
Right, the little dot under the eye.
Yes.
Oh my God, it was me. And then
I also love the female assassin. They're like, how many times were you cloned? She's like, I lost count. And then she looks at it was 3. It's like, I don't know, you can't count to 3. Like,
well, the cloning process. It's like multiplicity. She's
not as smart as she used to be.
Exactly.
Arnold has a great line. I believe it's to Tony Goldwyn where he's like, oh, it's on the recording or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I've got your SIM card. And the next time you see it, it's going to be at your murder trial.
Oh, I thought when you said great line, I was going to get angry because I thought you were going to say the incredibly sweaty line that takes 4 hours for him to get. Just like, you know what you should do?
Yeah.
You should clone yourself and still stay alive. So guess what you could do then? Then you would be fucking yourself. Go actually fuck yourself.
Could I get a roadmap for this one, please?
It's you should clone yourself, and then Drucker says, "Oh, why is that? So that I could understand your unique perspective." No, so you could go fuck yourself. And then later in the movie, they reprise it, but we already said one F word already, so it's screw.
Exactly.
Which
when I told you
it.
to screw yourself. And Tony Goldwyn should have been like, well, when was that? When did you say I should screw myself? You told me to fuck myself one time.
So this is what, there's 2 Arnolds. One Arnold saves the family and kills Terry Crews. The other one, he starts swimming in this clone water, and thank you.
He's sucking on clone tubes to like get oxygen.
No, dude, this is not water. This is like amniotic whatever.
Yeah. It's Matrix juice. He's swimming in Matrix
but
juice.
But to be fair, he was born in it like a day ago.
That's true.
I was born in it.
You thought amniotic fluid was your ally. I was born in it.
But like, I don't know. There had to have been some other place in this facility to hide. Because that's all he's doing in there is hiding from Michael Rooker.
I think it's to give us a little world building masterstroke here. It shows us how the clones are made.
Dude, if this one clone like wakes up and starts grabbing at him, that's fucking weird.
Very Judge Dredd-ish, these guys look.
Yeah, totally.
Hey, Sly, do you mind if I go to Planet Hollywood and take that other clown and bring it to my clown movie?
Yeah, if you got that down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, Planet Hollywood, you go get it right now, man. Put out a truck for you, whatever.
But just make sure you get it back here because that's going to space in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, this is a scary clone. You probably want something more like reptilian. This is a scary little clone.
I also just feel like, this movie's coming out in 2000.
Yeah.
You got people in sacks.
Sure.
The Matrix was literally the year before. You can't have sack people 2 years in a row.
Well, I mean, they're just borrowing from The Fugitive. Here we go. A little bit of that. Here we go.
It is at least cool to see Arnold in a wrong man type story.
Sure.
Yes.
I think that's pretty rad.
Yeah, I could see like Cary Grant playing this.
No, mother, they didn't put me in a people's sack.
I don't think Michael Rooker deserves a
That's
better
my
death.
birthday cake, though. What, you're also Mortimer Brewster?
Excellent. I do love.
Yeah, what happens to Rooker?
And then
I
it
can't
says,
remember.
by the way, I'm going to do Arsenic and Old Lace again a little, and it's actually Teddy Roosevelt as a clone.
Ooh, that would be a good idea.
Anyway, continue.
Michael Rooker gets like pelted with dead clones. And he
that's
dies.
right.
Yeah.
He's crushed under a pile of clones.
The tank opens up and all these clones.
The water rushes in. You see him fall into it. Yeah, and I guess that's the last you see of it.
And Tony Goldwyn gets shot. Before this, Tony Goldwyn gets shot by, I think, Wiley, and finally kills Wiley. He's like, you know what? Don't bring him back. I'm like, yeah, fucking finally, dude.
That dude also has a fucking, it's not like an outrageous death, but it is kind of brutal because like he's going down the stairs and Tony Goldwyn like has the gun and he's like, oh, hey, Riley. And the guy turns around like, and tries to run away. And Tony Goldwyn shoots him in the back. And this guy falls off the staircase and you see him land on his crooked head. Like, pretty fucking brutal, man. Some grim shit.
And but like Michael Rooker is starting the cloning process for Goldwyn. Like, so I guess that's, all right. So he's like your number one guy.
Yeah.
You got to know how to run the equipment.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Just wait, I got to come in on Saturday and learn the cloning shit.
God damn, I better be getting paid for that.
You're gonna clone me too, right? Come on, we promised each other. You're gonna clone me too, right?
By the way, when the other Arnold,
Did you give me cancer?
when the other Arnold frees the wife, she's like, "Is this because were we abducted because of those illegal cigars?"
Oh, that's right. Yeah. No, don't blame the stogies.
Don't blame our sex toys.
And yeah, so like now Goldwyn is like kind of dying, and the clones are now like getting messed up. They're getting too dry, I think, is the problem.
Dry it out.
And so his clone kind of is like messed. Winds up being a messed up clone that does look like Joe Biden and others.
He's undercooked.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
your clone's underbaked.
Soggy bottom on that clone.
It's a good little moment here where the clone is like stripping the real guy
Yes.
and just putting on his clothes. And, aren't you gonna let me die first?
Would you?
Yeah, it's
so
kind of
good.
a cool cold line.
Yeah.
It's like the first version when Bruce Davison is about to turn into
Yep.
water person. Like the
Yep.
first frame of him turning into the water person.
I realized too, you know what else it looks like is super old Guy Pearce from them Alien movies.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
Where he's playing Wayland,
Yes.
I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's walking around, he's putting this suit on, and he has to look into a mirror like, oh, I'm horrific. I'm like, don't you realize how wet you are?
Can't
Like,
you feel your forehead melting?
like you are slick and when you're putting pants on, you're well, that's odd.
Yeah, oh, my leg is sort of translucent and
No.
wet.
No, sir. No. Everybody's into the boiled chicken look. It's a hot new trend.
And there's a dumb gag where the other Arnold is getting to the chopper that I'm going to fly, by the way.
Damn it.
He's getting to the chopper and he's just like, oh, you know what? I'm going to attack these security guards, but my daughter sees so much graphic violence on television.
Fuck up.
That's a weird thing that I feel like he made them insert because there was that other. Did you read that thing on the trivia about like he refused to pose for promotional photos for this movie holding a gun?
Yes.
I feel like that
'Cause
those two things are
Columbine
kind of
happened, right?
Yes.
yeah, just a few years prior, or maybe just the previous year.
Yeah,
Was it
99. I think it
99?
was 99. I think it was
99.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
so-
it was like, while they were making this movie, probably.
But he also has some line there where he's like, "My daughter sees enough graphic violence thanks to the media."
Yes.
I was like, "Can we just finish this clone movie, ladies and gentlemen?"
Okay, you keep the guns off this one, but when collateral damage hits, guns everywhere.
Oh,
Guns
nuts.
are blazing.
And axes.
Go to the premiere
right.
with an AK-47.
And whatever. Like, so a lot of Tony Goldwyn business, and this is when he like knocks Tony Goldwyn on top of himself. He's like, go screw yourself.
Yeah.
I already said the F-bomb and whatever.
See,
like,
they should have fallen into a 69 position.
That would've
That's
been nice.
It would have been funny. Exactly. The
And-
clone chokes to death on his own erection.
Make sure I have to stay wet. I can't dry out or I won't work.
Dude, he should try to get back into the fucking tub of goo like it's the penguin at the end of Batman Returns.
and Arnold Prime flies and saves his family. He's like, I have to go back for my clone.
Nope.
No, that's
I
Let
have-
that clone burn up.
Honey, I have to go help a friend.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
That's
Excellent
dumb.
line reading.
If you want me to expand the business, I have to have a partner that can take us to the South American.
There's only
Market.
one person in this world I trust with our personal finances. Also me.
We're going to open a office in Buenos Aires after the terrible bug attack. We have to rebuild
Look,
Buenos Aires.
they want hypercopters in Honduras. They do.
They just don't know it yet. So whatever. It's a huge, big set piece where Tony Goldwyn is about to get hit by the helicopter, and I was really excited.
That's what we should have been doing.
Yep.
and just turned him into
They-
fucking people's spaghetti.
They flirted with it, but they wouldn't do it.
Uh-huh.
No,
And
instead
then
we
he
rip off Death Becomes Her.
Yes, he falls through the glass and there's a huge explosion. It's something.
You see this Tony Goldwyn underbaked clone hit
Yeah.
the floor, which is pretty
Oh yeah,
rad.
he really hits it.
It's a good splatter job.
But like clone Arnold needs to be like, no, you have a family.
Yep.
I will sacrifice myself. And then you would see Arnold die in a movie, which very rarely happens. Which I
Right.
think is like probably why it didn't happen. It's like, that doesn't happen. Heroes don't die.
Not even a clown of a hero.
I don't understand the ending in a way because it's like Arnold and Arnold are talking to each other. It's like, yeah, I run all the report. You have no problem. You're perfect clone.
That's because yes. Earlier on, we find out that Tony Goldwyn has put in all these imperfections in all the clones he makes,
except for the pilot, because he seemed like a really nice guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't make much sense.
He's like, I have no problems. I'm not because that would be sort of like, I only have 3 months to live. I guess I'll go to Amsterdam and blow my brains out.
Or like, he'd like, I'm going to walk the earth or whatever.
Yes.
I'm going to explore those 3 months, do the things you and I always wanted to do.
Exactly.
You always wanted to go to Yellowstone or what the fuck.
Look, I understand that all the benefits for this, but I'm not fucking the clone. Listen to me now.
He only has 3 months. We have to double team
Dude,
you.
actually, that would be pretty something, right? Could you imagine fucking 2 Arnolds at the same time?
I'll admit I'm curious, but no.
2 Arnolds at the same time. Listen, I'll even kiss him. It'll be cool. I'll
my
be kissing him.
It is weird though because
They're so
he definitely
Kissing myself.
Oh, fuck yes.
he's talking to this fucking clone.
Don't get me going, Steve.
I'm kissing my clown. It is like masturbation kissing.
I think the clone says something. It's like yada yada your family, and Arnold is like, nah, this is your family too. And I was like, so we're sharing.
Yeah.
You're sharing her.
No, just to say goodbye
Yes.
and
Get the fuck out of here.
yeah. Oh,
We have to get to South America immediately.
Hello, family. He gives him the fucking cat that was.
Rapaport's cat.
Rapaport.
No, it'd be funny if he brings in the clone like Travolta brings in the boy at the end of Face Off. Well, he doesn't have a home. I found him at the last job.
They do the hand thing.
Put your hand over his face. Don't you love him?
But it is just
Give
like
him a home.
The sensitive John Woo music.
Yes,
He'll-
this is
He'll live in the garage. You won't ever see him.
he once plays music too loud.
Yeah, it's like multiplicity again. He'll be above the garage playing music.
yeah. I mean, like, whatever. I mean, he gives the cat. He sees Michael Rapaport's cat. It's Julius Irving because he's a huge Knicks fan.
Oh yeah, dude.
But it's
I thought it was named Sadie.
it is Sadie, I think, and it's like I don't even know what the cat is supposed to symbolize or wrap up.
It's just because it's Rapaport. Rapaport has mentioned at the beginning of the movie that his cat is cloned.
Okay,
And Arnold Prime gives the cat to the little girl,
Okay.
and the daughter is like, or the wife is like, oh well, this is didn't he get his cat cloned? Like Hank cloned his cat. Don't you have a problem with that? And it's to show
that he's
Arnold
grown.
is grown a little
yeah.
bit because of this experience with
mean,
his own clone.
We're not going to talk about how you killed Oliver too. I do. You had a problem. I know you had a problem, and I'm glad to see there's growth.
This is a cat. Yes, it's cloned. And also for my family, the virtual girlfriend. She would be so lonely.
It's a very comfortable chair, actually.
That is daddy's chair. Do not sit in daddy's chair.
No, child protective lock immediately. How many times do I have to tell you can't sit in daddy's super special secret chair?
Okay, you know what? I'm a changed character now. You know what? I'll have a nacho banana.
Yes, he
That
should
should be the end of
Yes,
the
in the
movie.
helicopter flying to Argentina, chowing down on a nacho banana.
He cuts up a banana in his burrito.
But yeah, I guess the clone is just assigned to expand the business into Argentina.
You can't be tied to this clone at all. If this thing's you get like $100,000 out on a loan or whatever. Like,
Yep.
You got to go somewhere. If you're going to Argentina, you don't use my name. You don't know me.
Maybe you could go to Haiti, give me a phone call, say you're having an old friend for dinner.
I would say it would be a boon for the market of fake birth certificate people because you would have identical twins popping up all the time.
I'm kind of surprised that this movie doesn't end with like, and now this is my brother, Hank. It just seems like that's where the movie would end. But instead, man, dipshit effect at the end of this movie after you see Clone Arnold like taking over the South America branch of this business.
Sure.
The whole movie rewinds really
stop
fast.
it.
That
That's
sucks.
awesome.
The audience is being cloned, I guess.
Sure. Isn't that something, folks? Thanks a lot, Spottiswoode.
Now, folks, you can be cloned on this 300-year voyage.
It's the only way we can keep you alive. The sleep thing is a lie. We just got to keep cloning you.
For the real fans, we are going to show the director's cut of Cobra, but it's right after you all go to sleep.
Every time my filmography starts over, you're a new person, technically.
Oh no, all my friends are dead.
But all my movies are great.
Whatever. So this is the end of the 6th day, ladies and gentlemen. Would anybody recommend this movie, Steve Zadek?
I would, actually. I think it's silly and stupid. It's definitely worth seeing. It is 2 hours. It doesn't go long. I think Rooker's having fun. It's inventive enough and it's sort of silly enough that I think it's definitely worth one spin.
Chris Cabin.
No. I mean, I guess if you want to watch an hour of it and then turn it off, go right ahead. But the second, when we go back to the Institute and then home and then back to the Institute and then to the Institute inside the Institute, I almost lost my mind. I was getting really pissed off.
Too close to home for you,
Yes,
huh?
yeah.
When they wheel you to the Institute all
Too
the
many
time.
institutes inside the institutes that are also dealt with by Tony Goldwyn. This era of Schwarzenegger isn't my cup of tea, really, in general, I would say. End of Days is kind of the high watermark outside of a franchise, but not in general, no.
Eric Siska.
Stone cold classic. Give it a spin. I honestly I remember thinking less of it. I saw it probably 2 years ago on a whim, and I felt like it dragged a little and I wasn't as into it. But now that I don't know, for whatever reason, it really played for me this go. So I would recommend it. I thought it was a lot of fun.
I would recommend it too. This played better for me than the first time I saw it, which was when Chris and I and our friends had a day of school canceled due to a Donnie Darko-esque water main break.
Nice.
And while everyone was going out getting ripped and whatnot, getting up to mischief, we went and saw the 6th day in theaters.
Sounds pretty good to me.
And rewatching it last night, I'm confident that I fell asleep in the theater. There was tons of
Sure.
it that it wasn't just like this movie's kind of hazy. I was like, I didn't remember these, and this part's happening. But I think it's a grade A We Hate Movies hangover movie.
Yes.
It's long. It can put you to sleep at any moment.
Sure.
You got Arnold floating around, Rooker, whatever. I had some fun with it. It is way too fucking long.
And it's been a while since I've said this. One of my favorite things, and it is absolutely true, one of my favorite things in cinema is when a clone is incorrect and is kind of half deformed.
Yes.
I think I say this in the Judge Dredd episode. It's so true here. It's so fun watching this Goldwyn nightmare walk around. I loved it.
Oh, man, it is gross. But that is the end of this discussion, ladies and gentlemen. This was The 6th Day from 2000, directed by Roger Spottiswoode. Now, of course, if you want more We Hate Movies, check out WHMpodcast.com or head over to patreon.com/We Hate Movies. Got a lot of fun stuff going on this month, including a WLM on Ghostbusters,
Oh, yeah.
Big
which
boy
was
on
really
that one.
great.
We got the Extreme Ghostbusters on Animation Damnation.
That's right.
We've got some. Who do we got on the Gleep Glossary?
I think it's Barada.
Yes.
Yes. Now this is. You might notice it's the.
Is that a soda or? Is that-
Yeah, some Barada for the table, please. It's probably one of the shortest Gleep glossaries. Is that because we're on the road? Maybe. Also, you got to do them eventually, folks. Speaking of which, what was it? If you live in Charlotte, North Carolina, Asheville, or Nashville, or Brooklyn, check out tour dates on WHMpodcast.com.
If you live in Asheville, North Carolina, we'll be doing more Arnold in your neighborhood on November the 19th. We'll be doing Junior. It'll be super fun.
That's right. And even with underbaked clones in this movie, Junior, way more disgusting.
Equally wet, I will say. This one and the
Very
6th Day
true.
and that
Both
one.
made me wet.
Oh, good.
But as always, here on the main feed, the show will continue next week. The brand new episode on Tuesday, which Steve, what are we doing?
We are talking about, because Ghostbusters Afterlife is coming out, we're talking about Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, a Rick Moranis classic.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Right,
Of
yes.
course, the Lewis Tully connection. Now I have to wonder with this Ghostbusters Afterlife, and it's clearly looking like maybe it's Egon's grandchildren here or some shit. Louis Tully stepping in as a stepdad.
Ooh.
Oh, hey, Janine. Sorry your husband's dead. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
Fun to think about.
Respect me, please.
Oh, definitely not.
So until next week with Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, I'm Andrew Jupin.
Steven Sadak.
Eric Siska.
Clone to Chris Cabin.
Take it easy.
Oh, we're not clones anymore. He is, though.
I stated.
That was the twist ending. We weren't the clones the whole time.
Ah, got your ass.
That was a headgum podcast.